What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode live of Junkyard Breaks.
My hand was bigger
Hand
because
is
it's
bigger.
closer.
The closer it is to the person, it gets bigger. Jeez. It's gonna be a reoccurring joke.
Even if it's just for us, that joke
Yeah.
is just for us.
Well, it's just you and me again, Jason.
Two amigos.
Yeah. So we just were having a conversation about some things about CGC that was brought to my attention and your attention.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it was brought to my bank account, and then it was brought to your attention from my bank account. Me complaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But either way, in case you all didn't know, and you do use CGC, I guess apparently they just told me they signed a contract exclusively with FedEx now, so they are FedEx only for return shipping, that's fun.
Yeah. In case you guys are wondering, that is
It's
probably
FedEx
the
sucks.
least
I would rather
effective.
have DHL than FedEx.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Yeah, and I mean, DHL at least at one point in time was a Russian-based company, so I mean, I don't want to really be supporting somebody who's invading another country unjustifiably, but FedEx is bad. The only thing going for them is that logo.
That's it. FedEx.
That hidden arrow.
I've had 3 Amazon orders go through FedEx, and it being lost for a month, and they didn't even have tracking on it, nor could they tell me where it was. And I both times I just told Amazon, give me my money back now. Like I was pissed. Give me my money back.
Yeah, Jimmy. I ordered Jimmy and Amanda they had wanted a toaster oven, right? This particular toaster oven. So it was like one of the Christmas presents I ordered them, and I ordered it through a major retailer, like I think it may have been Home Depot, but they were getting fulfillment like around Christmas by FedEx, and they couldn't tell me anything about where it was. Like it was just in the wilderness. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yup. Yeah, they're not good. They've never been good. I feel like I'm very distant.
Where's the microphone?
Oh, damn. Jason, you saved me again.
What you should know, folks, is that we were just complaining about FedEx.
I have a Post-it right there. It says microphone.
What color is the Post-it?
Pink.
Maybe. Do you have a very specific color blindness that's like hot pink?
I'm not colorblind at all. No.
that you know of.
It's possible. All right, we got a few things here. I have we can do mail call. I have a bunch of things. Flea market finds. I got a CGC box on my lap right now.
I attempted to sell comics this weekend, so I didn't buy comics.
Yeah.
And my
the only reason why I bought anything was because I had to go get a book from Will. Otherwise, and then I found a lot of stuff. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Were these from? Were they from vendors that are typically not there? Or
one guy, Steve, who he has bought from me in the past. I did not know he sold. I bought a good amount of stuff from him. I spent like $140 at his table. Then this guy, Al, his name is Al Roboto, was the name of his comic. He's a screen printer, and boy, did I get some good stuff from him.
Cool.
Wow. I spent $40 at his table, and wait till you see what I got from him. Then I had an interesting encounter with a lady I did not like. That was not good.
Was that comic related?
Mm-hmm. We'll get into that. And
this is juicy.
Yeah. And then there was some sports card stuff that Joey had. I picked a couple things out of Joey's $2 box. Like he had a Rogue One. It was a little beat up. I put it back. Like there was a couple things that I was gonna buy, and I was like, so I put them back. But yeah, I got some good stuff.
Cool.
Well, let's do it. Since I got it on my lap, let's do this CGC unboxing. I don't even know whose this is, but let's just see some cool graded books. Looks like I got 5. Is that 5? 4. 4 slabs here.
We do know that I probably paid for them at one point in time.
Probably.
Yeah. These are not my books.
These are John's. These are all Sonic the Hedgehog.
I definitely paid for these books.
Yeah, you definitely paid for these books. So I don't know anything about Sonic, but he does, and apparently these are good. So we got this one. This is
issue number 50.
Sonic number 50, but I think this is a 1 in 50. Retailer Incentive Edition B, 9/8. Which is nice because I pressed the hell out of this. It had a lot of spine ticks. It had some wrinkles. For him to get a 9/8 off of this one, I'm super happy. So
yeah, that's cool. And it's a cool cover too.
I brought this one back from a 9/4. We got a 9/8. That's great.
Did you crack that or no?
Did I crack it?
Yeah, you said you brought it back from a 9/4. Is that just it was an estimated grade?
Estimated 9/4.
Okay.
Oh, we got what is this? PAS Private Dating Chat Girls. All right.
Wow.
Let's get rid of that.
I like that they use the emoji that looks like one of the Golden Girls, though. Like, you know, it's Rose basically.
Hide user on this channel and the other one. I'm gonna. Yeah, you're gone. Okay.
What up, Joe?
Joe's in South Carolina. What's up, brother? Good seeing you, man. All right. Sonic the Hedgehog number 50, variant cover B, also a 9/8.
Wow.
This is freaking awesome because I pressed and cleaned both of these. They had a little like color rub, like these. For these to get 9/8, I'm definitely patting myself on the back on these. That's nice.
Wait, how'd you get color rub out though?
Eraser.
Huh?
Eraser.
But usually that color rub means the color is no longer there.
No, the
Oh,
opposite.
you mean it was color transfer?
Color transfer.
Yeah. Color rub, the colors on the other book.
Dude, he's going to be happy with this, man. Variant cover D, number 50. Another 9.8.
Wow, that's a really cool cover.
It is a cool cover. Yeah, that is a cool cover.
Does that have something funky going on, like 3D glasses or anything? Because it almost looks like...
But it does, like, the frame is set pretty forward, and then, like, there's stuff in the background, which... These are cool books. I don't know anything about Sonic, but he's a big Sonic collector. He's going to be super stoked. This one is not going to be as nice. This was his childhood book.
Okay.
This is Sonic the Hedgehog number 125 from Archie. This had issues. This definitely had issues.
But
I think he just because like this was his childhood book, he just wanted to.
Is that one of those? Is that one of those sticker UPCs?
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I know what you mean.
It just looks like.
Yeah, it does look like it, but no. Yeah, this is he's gonna be really happy with this. So, all right, and that is his receipt. I got it, so I can get my money back. All right, so that's that. That's CGC. And John, you'll be happy with your books. That's really cool.
Yeah, congrats.
Man, next I got like I have a whole stack of baseball cards like that big.
Well, Joe's on. We might as well.
Yeah, we should
throw him a bone, you know.
So what I've been doing, and Joe, you might want to do this too, brother. If I'm up at like 2 a.m, I search for baseball card lots, and then I set the price for under $10, and then I set the sort by ending soonest. And when I tell you the things that I've gotten for $1 with free shipping will blow your mind. I've got 3 Jacob deGrom rookies for $1. I got 3 Aaron Judge Bowman rookies for $1. Like, there are things that... I got this. Wait till you see this. They're all 2022s, but these are all first Bowmans and prospects with big stars in here. Blaze Jordan is in here. Jeter Downs is in here. Adley Rutschman is in here. Spencer Torkelson. You want to know how much I got this whole thing for?
$2.
$1.99. $2.
Whoa.
Free shipping. $1.99.
Free shipping on that?
$1.99 free shipping. Yeah.
So they had to send it in at least a 250 count box, right?
It came in a manila. It came in an envelope, but with like cardboard on it.
But was it in a 200 count box or 300 count box?
No, it came in individually team bags, like 10
Oh,
team
oh, oh,
bags.
oh, okay.
And then they were sandwiched in between cardboard and then put in a manila envelope. So they
That's,
came safe, but
yeah.
I'm a Niners fan. This is a stack of 20 Frank Gore rookies, $1. It's a stack of them.
What is that? A playoff rookie? Is that what that
Yeah,
is?
so that's that set, that NFL player rookie premier set. I think you can get the whole box for it's also got Aaron Rodgers rookies in
Yeah,
that
yeah,
set. Alex Smith is in that set.
yeah.
Who else is in that year? There's a couple
So
other. Pac-Man Jones is there. There's a few. Who's the other one? Who's the
there's a
big
couple.
receiver for Atlanta?
Roddy White.
Roddy White.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
couple of really good defenders in that
Yeah.
year too. That 2005 class, because the 2006 class was loaded, but
Yeah.
almost none of them panned out.
This one. All right. So this is also a bit of information. Like when I screw up, I want you guys to know about it too. I did pay $1 for this. I thought this was the $1,000
Oh,
Alex.
we got it.
Oh,
We got
awesome!
a
Sweet Nazi symbol and everything.
yeah.
Jason, why don't you type in there? I can also make you an admin. Like, just type something in the comments. I'll get rid of this guy, but if this happens all night, that's awesome. Thanks, buddy.
Wow, he just keeps on going.
Cool. Two bent stables. So I'm gonna make you a moderator, and this way, if you see that too, you can.
How
Oh
do
no, you're
I?
already moderator. You might be
How
able
do
to.
I? How do I get rid of something?
If you see it,
Sure.
you go over message, you see the three dots, and it'll just say remove.
Okay. Wonder if I can do it from mobile.
I don't know. It's still not. It's not there anymore, right? Or you might be
It's,
able to see it still because you're a moderator.
yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So anyway, this Alex Gordon card, if this was legit, would have been like in a 10, would have been like $5,000. I didn't know they reprinted this, and of course, there's nothing telling you that it's a reprint. That's obvious. 2000. So it's a 2010 reprint because this is a 2006. The 2006 card is the Alex Gordon error.
Why in God's name would they?
I don't know. It's so hard to tell that it's a reprint that I hate Topps. I hate when Topps does this.
At least you. Well, first off, it's not going to be a problem anymore because there is no poor tops. There is no tops.
Yeah.
But why they reprint
I
something
don't
that
know.
good?
I told my friend Tom I've been burned on a Peyton Manning rookie or two in the past because all it says is a little reprint word on the bottom left
Yeah.
corner, and that's the only thing. If you can't see the back in like an auction or something, and you could not tell the difference. I got these Jordan cards, including the 1990-91,
That's such a great
$1.
image. Yeah.
This in a gem in 10 goes for like $300.
Well, even if you just sell them for three
Oh,
or
yeah.
$4 a piece,
Adam Graves, hockey player for the Oilers, Rangers,
Autograph?
$1 autographed. I'm still a sucker for Miguel Andujar. I want that dude to win so bad. But I got all these Miguel Andujar rookies for $1. Very nice. Bowman Platinum, Chrome, Topps regular. I'm doing really well with the rookies. So I got all of these rookies. They're minor leaguers, but still, to get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 autographed rookie cards for minor leaguers, $1. This stack of Aaron Judge cards was $1. They're all mostly 2022s, but everything for $1. Let's see. This is another stack of. This is a nice little NFL auto lot. So I got these. These were not $1. I think I paid $4.99 for these, but they're nobodies. Darian Thompson, Taiwan Jones. Well, this one, Matt Jones, was nice. Alan Hearns with this. That was nice.
Dude, I
Alf,
could not imagine how difficult it is to pull one of these, and then you pull one, and it's
yeah,
a freaking like just would make me so sad.
yeah. Alfred Morris though, good player. OJ
Yeah,
Santiago is a good player. David Cobb and this one Kenny Britt. I think he's still playing. That was a nice auto too. Oops.
yeah.
But all that was $4. I sell like an auto or two in a mystery pack for five
Yep.
dollars. My man Francisco Alvarez from the Mets, numbered to 3.99. This was $1. I don't know how much these go for. It's got to be like 10 or $15. That was a good grab. These are those. This is that Degrom lot. 3 DeGroms for $1. First Bowman. That is what is that? Not that's a rookie debut. So that's an update. So Degrom rookie update. DeGrom, Bowman Chrome, first Bowman, and regular Bowman paper, first
You got
Bowman.
the Bowman Chrome in there too?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know. Same thing. Like autos, I was getting like Jim Booten, auto for $1.
Jim
Uh,
Booten.
Booten, Earl Morrall, he's a Hall of Fame quarterback. Buck. Dude, I got Ralph Kiner for $1. Ralph Kiner. And then, well, these were not $1. These were like $60 each. This dude is you got Aaron Judge breaking records here. This dude, Munetaka Murakami, actually broke the 40-year-old Sadaharu O's rookie in Japan. Or his home run record in Japan. So this dude was breaking records in Japan, same time that Judge is breaking records here. So look out for
What
this guy. This is his
what
first card.
brand card is that?
I forgot what they're called. They're called they're Baseball Magazine, but this is his true rookie. There are variants of this that go for big money, and there's an autographed card, but that's his base rookie. And then this is a stack of like 15 Shohei Ohtani cards. That was $1.
Crazy.
Crazy. This is just filler. Sometimes they just like put cards around it. It's like a lot of junk. I got 86 Larry Bird for $1.
That's crazy.
Great
I mean,
card.
everything from that set is worth.
Yeah, even this it was this Tua rookie optic. This was in I got this in a lot. So that optic Tua. I got Danielle Kang. This is her rookie. She's a really good female golfer. The 2 Russell Wilson first Bowman cards from the Rockies.
Mhm.
2 of those. And then all of these Cedric Mullins rookies. So there's like 10 of them in here. And that was $14, I think. Those Russell Wilsons go for like $30 all by themselves. There's more, Jason. There's more. So this whole thing was $1. And this is, I don't know, 25 O'Neill Cruises. These are all O'Neill Cruises.
That's insane.
They're all O'Neill Cruises rookies, so the whole thing was like $1. And then all these are Trouts. Even if they're like 2022 stuff, but like these are all Trouts. There's got to be like 30 Trouts here. This is a multi-pack. There's like 10 in here. All that for $1. And then my man Francisco Alvarez, I got a whole bunch of him.
It's just
That's like
crazy
10
how
or
much
15.
product you have to be opening to get that.
I seriously. And so a lot of this is from like one guy and then another guy, and it's like a whole stack. These are all Volpes, second year. $1. And then Tristan Casas, I was looking at him. That's like 25, 30 of them in there for $1. These were a little bit more. I think I paid $4.99 for these. These are like older 80s boxing cards. Ali's in here, Parnell Whitaker, Holyfield's in here. There's Tommy Hearns at the back, but they're pretty cool. The only thing missing is the Tyson, which is okay. And then that's it. The rest of them are just like lesser NFL autos. But that's it for cards. It's a lot of cards.
Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of tall boys, but there's nothing in here. I think there's like I can't even open it up. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's that for cards. Now, comics.
Let's talk about that flea market.
All right. Well, I just went for Will. Like I said, I went to get Will's broken slab because he's got. Oh, I can hear it rattling. That's not good. So it's a re-slab. I think he sat on it. Yeah, so he's got an Ultimate Fallout 4, but look at that. The whole bottom is gone.
Good Lord.
I hope they re-slab, because I can't get the inner well out, so I hope they re-slab this. They should.
What was it?
Huh?
What is it? A 9 what?
9.8.
Oh, and it has the custom label,
It had
too.
the custom miles, yeah. I feel like there's pieces in here.
Why can't you get the inner well out? Because you can't crack the way you need to crack
You
it?
don't want to get the inner well out. If you can get the inner well out, you can swap in another inner well. Then they won't re-slab it.
Oh.
So, hopefully they still do. They might not. Anyway, because the whole bottom's gone. I mean, I don't know. I didn't try. If you can get the inner well out, they won't re-slab it. I don't know. We'll see. Either way, that sucks. He like stepped on it when he was home. So that's that. All right. First, let's see. All right. I think this is what I got from my man Steve. I paid $140 for these. So I got Wonder Man Marvel Premiere.
$30+ book right there.
Yeah. I got Avengers first Scott Lang.
Dang, okay.
That's
181, right?
Yes, 181, right. And then I got the World War Hulk #1. Not Scar, but it's still first the World War Hulk. And then I got a first Nebula, which is in really nice shape.
Jeez, yeah, crushing it.
And then I've been hunting these down, the Excalibur ones.
Yeah.
If I can get them
Newsstand,
cheap. And it's a newsstand, yeah. So that's what I got from Steve. That Scott Lang was the biggest book there. All right, this is my man. That's Al. That's the big one. Then I got. So this is the one where. So this lady. Okay. So this lady, she puts out a box of comics, and she's like, they're $2 $2 a book. There's probably some good stuff in there. I don't even want to know, but they're $2 a book. I was like, okay. So I pick out 3 books. I hand her a 20. She's walking around, like, really trying to find change, and she just asked me. She's like, just so I just want to know, like, are these nice books? I said, yeah. I mean, I did all right for $6. And she's like, I changed my mind. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't want to sell them. I said, what do you mean you don't want to sell them? She's like, I think you're doing very well, and I don't want to sell them to you. And I was like, all right. Is it because you can't find change? You're kind of freaking out a bit? And she's like, no, I don't want to sell them to you. And I was like, all right. How about this? Because you're having trouble finding change beyond a 10. I was like, why don't you just take 10 for the 3, and we'll call it a day. And she's like, fine. I feel bad about saying that to you. Fine, you can have the books for 10. I still feel like you're taking advantage of me. I was like, I'm not. You set the price. I just picked out 3 books for $2. I didn't do anything. The price
and then specifically said, I don't want to know if they're good.
Yeah.
Then you asked if they were good, which indicates you want to know.
I said, well, I'm buying them, so obviously I want them. And you set the price at $2 a book, so yeah, I feel good about it. Anyway, this is what I got for $10. And they're nice copies. I got a nice first appearance of Rintra, which, that's not really moving.
Not now.
No. I did get an advanced Dungeons and Dragons #1, which these are all like reader copies. They're not even like super nice. And then a Marvel team up. I got a first White Rabbit. That's it. That book probably made it worth it. I gotta press it and stuff, but $10,
Sure.
whatever. Pain in my ass. She was like, it was so dramatic, and I just like, you know what? I don't need this. I really don't.
I do like the idea that you're not going to do anything. You clearly weren't even bagged and boarded. Just threw them out in the box.
Yeah.
And
So now we're getting to. So the guy that CGL goes to, the one who the dude was putting his arm in the box, that guy, he had another bunch of long boxes. Eddie was going through the boxes. I'm actually surprised. I got some stuff after Eddie. But these were all $2. So $2 for everything. And I got a first Mobius.
First Mobius.
First Victor Zaz, still polybagged. I didn't look this one up, but this is Death Dealer #1, the Glenn Danzig book. That's got to be worth something.
Yeah.
Maybe more than $2. I don't know.
Gloss? Or is that gold foil?
No, it's not gold. Is it gold foil? No, it's got like a copper little edge around everything. I love this book anyway. The Ghost Rider 15. I got the regular and the gold.
Okay.
I like that cover.
I want to say that the gold is worth more than the.
I think so
cover.
too. Spawn 59. I don't know. It's later, so for $2, I said why not. Spider-Man 190. I like that Rhino cover. X-Men: A New Team is Born, 281. I'm a sucker for 12 centers. If I can get 12 centers for $2, Beagle Boys.
It's so cool that too. The artwork helps.
Yeah, Top Comics with Flintstones. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Nice.
These are all $2.
I think that Johnny Cash book is worth like $20.
Might be. Infinity War. I got a Silver Sable 1. Punisher Warzone 1.
Those are all embossed covers.
Yeah. First Sectors. Eddie missed this one. He's in a movie right now. First Atom Smasher. I love the FF thing book.
Mm-hmm.
These are always nice.
25th anniversary.
And then a nice little Adam
Yeah,
Hughes Wonder Woman.
that's Adam Hughes. Yeah.
So.
I really like that cover too. That's a killer.
Yeah, everything was $30, I think. All
okay.
Something like that.
Did you have any arm blocking?
No arm blocking. It was a some dude though. I got one box to go through, and he's like this. I'm like, oh, come on, dude, you're killing me. You're absolutely killing me.
Did you watch Night Court when you were a kid?
Yeah.
There was an episode with the guy who ended up playing Data on Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
And he yeah, what's his name? Brent something Spiner, yeah. And I forget what he was. I think it was a moving violation. He was going too slow, and he apparently had a condition called turtle nervosa. And I'll never forget that because like for whatever reason that stupid episode stuck out to me. But like whenever I'm in traffic and somebody's just creeping, I was like, this is gross.
Yeah.
This dude's got turtle nervosa.
So first of all, I want to give, if he does watch, I'm going to give him a shout out. This guy, Kid Motors, this is his comic. He's a screen printer. I got his business card here somewhere. I'll definitely give him a shout out. Awesome dude. Had a great conversation with him. I got everything here was $45. Everything
so wait,
in this.
He didn't screen print his comic though, right? It's just photocopied.
I think he
or
had
black
something to do with the printing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So he's like, self-employed. Good dude. Everything here was $45. So I got, this is a Kirkham cover, right?
Cool.
Catwoman. I got that Chameleon Conspiracy Spider-Man book. Scotty Young.
Shot?
Invincible Scotty Young.
Nice.
$19.99. This was his book, Kid Motors.
Oh,
so,
nice.
I figured I'd support him, get his book. The Star Wars Outlander series. So this is going to be not this one, not this one. Not this one, but that's the first Aura Sing.
Yeah,
That's a good
it's a
book.
pretty big book, isn't it?
That's a really big book. It's like $60 to $100. John Tyler Christopher, a little Max Rebo. Tales of the Jedi 1.
Yeah.
So he had some of these loose Star Wars later ones. This is 82. This one's 83.
This was an interesting array of comics he had too, because that
Yeah.
first Catwoman's like not that old.
Yeah. I like this Black Adam one. I thought that was pretty cool.
That that is Black Adam's first solo title,
Yeah, I know.
like 70 years after his introduction.
This Spider Woman 50 is it's later, but it's like a real life cover,
Oh,
so that
yeah,
one
it's a
goes
photo
for a
cover.
little bit more.
Yeah.
Hardware one. Out of the poly bag. Surfer
Buy him every
50.
time.
Howard the Duck 1, first Gwenpool. And Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, number 1. I did get the Archie Afterlife, number 1.
That's cool.
And then I got a Secret Invasion Captain Britain. And The Boys, number 1.
That's crazy.
That's the big one. That book alone, he even looked it up before he sold it to me. And he's like, yo, that book goes for a lot of money. I said, I know. And he's like, I'm making you a great deal. I said, you are. This in a Gem Mint 10 sells for like $500. Or Gem Mint 10. That's
I know
sports
what
cards.
you meant.
9.8.
I know what you meant. A
Anyway,
gem
it's in
mint
really
9.8.
it's in really nice shape. I would send it right out. Wouldn't touch it. It's a 9.8 or a 9.6 all day long. But anyway, all that for $45.
That is a solid pickup.
Good day. It was a good day. It was one thing after another. There's some solid keys in there for.
I'm surprised he didn't change the price.
I paid less than $100 for everything. You surprised what?
He didn't change the price.
Yeah, I know.
You got some good stuff there. I gotta go ahead and not sell it to you.
Yeah. He could have after
No.
he could have. He looked it up and he's like, 9.8 sell for $300 to $500. He looked at me. I looked at him. I was like, I'm still good with the 45. He could have raised the price.
Yeah, I just don't understand. I obviously try to be very, very fair if I offer somebody for a collection or anything like that. But if I'm at, and I think we've talked about this before, like when I'm at a flea market, right? Like I sell at flea markets. If I make a mistake and there's a killer, like especially like if it's a killer like indie book that I don't know about and I didn't do the work and it's in my dollar box. Fantastic. Like you did the work.
Happens
You found
to
out.
me all the time. I have 11 boxes. I don't even know from one week to the next if something pops and I have it. I've definitely had stuff where people hand me a pile and I'm like, you win. You got it. It's like, I'm not changing the price on you. It's priced at whatever, $5. It's worth $30 now. Good for you.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause it works both ways. So yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't get that stuff. I mean, I'm gonna look at
that lady
Left
threw
and
me. That was pretty shitty. I think after I kind of gave her, I felt whatever about it, but I gave her a disappointed look. Like, are you really doing this to me? Like, you said $2. Now I'm selling. Now we're $3 a book, $10 all in. I mean, they're reader books. They're not like the best of quality. But for you to be like, I'm not selling them to you now.
yeah,
What's that all
it's
about?
odd. It's odd. That's
You plus
really
you
what it
wouldn't even have known unless I pulled them out for you.
Well, right. I mean, technically, like you wouldn't have known anyway. Like she doesn't know anyway. She still doesn't know.
No, if
Still doesn't know.
I had just walked
Didn't
up to
do
that box and said,
any
I'll give you
work.
$30 for the box, she'd be like, all right, I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, that Rintra book was selling for $30. Now it's selling for like $8 again. It's like $8, $5.
Yeah.
So to buy it for $3, all right, I'll double up there. That Dungeons and Dragons book, I think maybe I can get $15 for it. So to buy it for $3, that's fine. And then the what was the last one? The White Rabbit. It's got issues. I gotta press it, and we'll see what it is after that. But that one is probably the big win of the three.
Yeah, and that book's actually really that book's super condition sensitive because it's jet black. I mean,
Yeah.
when we sent my group in, I got a 9.6 on that, and I sold it before it was like I think I got $115 or something like that for it, which that was fine because I got it for like $4 or $5, so that was fine. But
Yeah.
it's worth more now.
Sure,
like
yeah.
it's just a harder book to get.
So I made a pretty decent purchase today. I had because I had money left over from Comic Con. For $260, I got a Fixer Upper first John Stewart.
Okay.
Since they just announced today that they're going all in on John Stewart and they're not doing Green Lantern Corps anymore, I immediately went to look for John Stewart. I have the one. I think, what did mine come back at? A 4 or 5?
I think so. What is that? It's 171. Is that what
Something
it is?
like that. I can actually look because I did log it. But this one is much nicer as far as the shell.
Mm-hmm.
It's really dirty, and it's got some creasing, but not color breaking. Well, it's white at cover anyway, but
Yeah.
the creasing looks really upgradable. I think I can turn what he has it priced at like a 3, maybe into a 6, because it looks like everything is perfect. It's just got a layer of grime on it.
Where'd you get on eBay?
Yeah, eBay. So I think I don't. It doesn't even matter, but all comics. Green Lantern. Is it volume 2? It's not volume 2.
Well, it would be. It might be volume 2 because it goes to Green Lantern, Green Arrow, right? So, do they consider that a second volume?
Yeah, but it's
So the first volume is Silver Age, and then it goes to Green Lantern, Green Arrow, which is considered like that teeter totter point for
maybe I didn't. I thought I did slab it because it's not on
bronze.
here yet.
Well, the ones
Oh,
that you
that's what I slabbed. I slabbed my Guy Gardner book.
right.
Yeah, I slabbed
Right.
my Guy Gardner. I didn't slab my John Stewart, so it's still in one of my boxes. So now I have 2. That's going to be a huge book, man.
Yeah.
That's the one DC book that I have. That one and the first Sinestro, which I still think is undervalued, is 2 DC books that I really, really like.
So they were thinking all the speculation had been like it's going to be Jessica Cruz or something
It
like
was going
this.
to be
But
Green Lantern Corps. It was going to be all of them. But now I think they're going to center it around John Stewart, which is smart. I mean, he's like an underrepresented major Green Lantern who's only been in like animated stuff. So like even like 2 generations under us, that's all they know is John Stewart, because John Stewart was the dude in the Justice League, the animated show. I mean, it was John Stewart. It wasn't Hal Jordan. So that's all they know, like those younger kids. He'll do real well, I think.
well, it's got to be a good show, right?
Yeah, well,
It's got to be a good show. Yeah. I mean, they're making some major shifts. This idea of kind of creating James Gunn as the Kevin Feige type character
Yeah, I'm happy about that.
at DC. Yeah.
I have a lot of faith in him. He can do it. I don't know the producer guy that's with him,
Yeah, I don't.
but still, I like it a lot. Good choice. That's probably the best news out of DC in a long time. Other than it's a 1-2 punch. Like Superman's back, and James Gunn is heading up the DC movies and television.
Yeah.
So he's gonna greenlight all of his stuff. So
Well,
that also means because they're only about $10 right now. Go get your Bloodsports like crazy.
yeah.
That's a cheap first appearance that will do really well.
Right. It was up to like $45, and then it came
No,
way
it's like-
back down.
Yeah, I've bought 5 or 6 now. I even bought an auction. I bought a 3-pack at auction for $20. You can get them pretty cheap. I
Yeah.
don't know about right now, but a week ago you could have.
Yeah.
This leads me to, like, we really need to do our list, not key collector list.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm still putting FF48 as my number one. What about you?
I mean, I don't know. Man, if I had to think about the number one book, I mean,
Like, bang for your buck. No matter, like, if you had to spend 1,000 to make 2,000, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff right now. Like, do you look at next? It's the whole thing, right? Like, I think if I had 1,000, I would look at something undervalued, silver or bronze, rather than something that's undervalued. If I looked at something that's undervalued, that's modern, that's come back down, like first Afra or something like that, it would just be because I'm going to get 12 of that book. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
oh, well, this book has dropped 40% or 50%. Like, if I had $1,000 right now, I could essentially buy stuff that you couldn't buy last year. I could buy first Kamala Khan, the variant version of the variant. The 1 in 25.1 Sam Alexander. You
Young
can get
Avengers, Young Avengers 1 you can get pretty cheap
now.
now.
Young Avengers, I can get Riri stuff for way cheaper now, and it looks like they're doing a really good job. They're actually starting to cross promote her already.
America Chavez, that book
yeah,
dropped.
I mean, like,
Vengeance, what is it, Vengeance 1?
Yeah, like stuff that you couldn't get. Like, you could get probably, well, maybe not the. It depends. Maybe not the Young Avengers, but all the other books that we just talked about.
That book dropped too. Not
Yeah.
as much, like, but because they were hot at the same time. Like, Thunderbolts went back up again, because that would have been another one that was low. It was going low, and then now it's shot back up. But
Yeah, so like you could get all of those books right now, like 9 major modern keys for probably $1,000 all in. And like I said, even with the Sam Alexander, you could buy the 1 in 25 version right now. You know, like
Yep.
So I think if I did something that way, and then I think if I had to go silver or bronze, I would look exactly like what you just said about the John Stewart book. I'd look at some DC books that I think they might actually not miss on, and either that or I'd invest in something like some timeless cover that I just see has continual growth. You know. Not something like, I don't know, not necessarily something. Well, I guess, I mean, you could even look at McFarlane stuff, McFarlane classic covers, because they just keep chugging along. I wouldn't buy them right now because with the CGC signing, like, that stuff is actually up. But
they flooded the market with it.
But yeah, but you know, I think about a book that I always loved is the Steranko, the Hulk Annual 1. I love that book.
Yeah. It's a good one.
I think there's a bunch of the DC books. I think some of those Neil Adams covers are still probably even a little undervalued.
Yeah, the detective stuff.
Yep, and I think those. I think Man Bat might be somebody they bring around sooner or later.
That's an expensive book still, though. But
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah, I think. I mean, probably in Morbius territory, like $400 or $500 for like a mid-high grade, like a 6 or a 7.
Yeah, so like I said, if I have a G, I might look at how can I maximize it, because like $1,000 still goes a pretty long way. With if something's undervalued, Silver Age, you could probably still get like a 6, 6.5, or 7 if it's still kind of undervalued, but.
That's another thing though. So you could tier, like, if we made a list. Well, if I had $5,000, what would I get? If I had 1,000, what would I get?
Yeah, yeah.
And because if I had 5,000, like I said, I'm getting a high grade 48. I'm getting a lower grade Hulk 181, or a giant size. Like that's where I would go if I had that kind of money. If I had 5 grand, I would probably go major bronze key, something like that. I mean, you can get for, well, I don't even know, for 5 grand anymore. You couldn't even get that Filoni cover. That's going for like 15, 20 now in high
Yeah.
grade.
I mean, if I had 5 grand, I think I would definitely buy a 9.8 Fallout 4 right now. Like it's down a little bit. He's not
Yeah.
come to the MCU yet. And if I can just buy it outright in the grade I want, and I don't even use my whole budget, because you can get that book right now in 9.8 for probably like $1,900.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe around 2,000. Yeah, you're right.
so I think I might
Great
actually,
book. Great book, Omar.
if I'm getting anything modern, I might contribute some dollars to that. I don't know about. I still love the idea of owning a 9.8 Spider-Verse 2 as well, just because I just think they both have huge upside still, which is crazy to
But
consider as expensive as they are for books that are less than 10 years old.
that's another one though that I would steer, if especially if you're budget conscious.
Yeah,
Definitely head towards the second, third, and fourth. I
yeah,
think they
yeah,
had 5 prints of that book.
yeah,
It's all relative. They're all going to go up in their own way at their
yeah,
own rate. But I
yeah,
would definitely, those Spider-Verse 2s would definitely look at, because I have a lot of the later prints too. They're great to have. You can have them for under $100 still.
yeah. I think I would probably do that though. If I had 5 grand,
Yeah.
I would have to think about if I had 5,000 and I was just getting one book, because I think if I would just try and maximize my future returns on 5 grand and get like 7 books,
Yeah, I mean, if I had, like, if you're like, yeah, you're right. If I had $5,000, I might get 4 Clone War ones.
yeah,
First Ahsoka Tano's. Like that would be a good investment if I was getting like 4 books at $12.50 a piece, like probably 9.6s, 9.8s.
yeah.
That
And
would
I,
be.
and if I got a Fallout 4 in a 9.8, like
Fallout 4
that's
is
not a
another
book.
great one.
That's
Yeah.
a book I'm not selling. That's like that's like staying with me. You know what I mean? Like staying
Yeah.
with me for a long while.
Yeah.
I saw a kid today, Griffin's little Halloween parade at his elementary school. They just walked around the park. I
Miles
saw
and
I saw
miles and
Miles
miles.
today, and
Miles for miles.
it still made me. I was like, and the kid was mad skinny, just like Miles is.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was cool. It was cool. I like seeing that. So
It's a great character, man. It's amazing how much he was hated when he first came on the scene. That was more because they killed Peter Parker than it was that Miles was the next Spider-Man. I think it
yeah,
was a big deal that they killed Peter Parker. I don't know.
but
I don't remember caring that much then, but I was older. But I know like there was a lot of hate.
I do remember, like, I remember Jimmy and I think being at, I want to say it was Still Comics and More, possibly in King of Prussia Mall, like, because that book came out in 2011.
Was it that late?
I think so. It's
Wow.
only like, it's only like 10 or
Well,
11
I
years
can tell you
old.
right now, this is the second print.
Yeah,
2011.
yeah. I was gonna say,
October 2011 is the second print, so probably earlier.
yeah, Spider Gwen is 2014, and this is a couple years earlier. But I remember hearing them talking at the counter about the character.
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Yeah, so I just wish I had, spent the $3.99 then.
Yeah, that's one I didn't. I wasn't buying comics then. I was dating my soon-to-be wife. Then, well, a couple years later, I would have met her. But I mean, around then, I was definitely not into comics. I was more. I don't know what I was into. You know what I was into? Because I was up late, late, late. I was suffering from insomnia, and I was playing Call of Duty until like 4 o'clock every morning, drinking wine. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was doing.
Lucy was 2, so I was up to 9. I also had insomnia, but it was because my child wouldn't sleep.
Nice, nice, nice.
So yeah,
crazy, man.
But should we do Hot 10?
Yeah, we could do Hot 10. I got it up and ready.
All right.
I have 7.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was about to puff my chest out because I had 3 again, but then you come in hot with 7.
You have 3?
I have 3, yeah.
Alright, let's do this. You got me?
Yep, I got you.
Alright, brother. I do not have this one.
You don't have Captain America 100.
I don't have a Cap 100. I have a Avengers 4. I don't have a Cap 100.
See, now this one actually kind of surprised me because, like, I mean, I know this is a big book, but I guess maybe I usually see it in those mid grades, so I wasn't like, I didn't think, oh, it's thousands of dollars. But then to see a 9.2 this week sold for, $2,800, I was like, oh, holy crap! you
you're gonna see some major Marvel chipping on these. Late 60s. The paper's bad.
Well, so this is a 15 center, right? Or no, it's still 12.
12.
Still 12? Yeah, it's still 12. So 68. So this is the with the this is duh. Of course, this is 68. This is when they relaunched the title as a solo title because they got the wider distribution, and so they stopped doing him in what was he Tales of Suspense? Was it Cap was Tales of Suspense?
Was
because he was one of those. He was in one of the dual books. So was it Tales to Astonish or Tales?
Well, you got me on that one.
Yeah, because he was one of the dual books, right? It was him and Hulk, right?
Tales to Astonish was Iron Man Submariner.
Iron Man Submariner. Okay.
I don't remember what Cap was.
Well, he was in one of those shared titles. But yeah, so it's just kind of interesting to see. This is one of those interesting ones too. Those mid graders that we were always talking about. Like, I am spending $25 additional if I can get a grade higher.
Oh yeah, for sure.
even if the average continues to only be that different, like the average versus the average. The average for both grades was only $18 difference, but
Tales of Suspense.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, you're right. The Iron Man Captain America one, but so that's right. I don't know why I had to look at it, but it started out as Iron Man Submariner.
Right, and then they had that one shot before they both go to separate titles.
Right.
And in '68, that's where we get Iron Man 1, we get Surfer
Submariner,
1.
right. They all get their own number ones.
Right. And then
yeah, that numbering, we talked about it. The numbering is all wacky.
Yeah, so that's when Hulk goes to 102.
Yeah, how many issues did he have as Hulk?
6.
Right, 6.
Right.
And then he goes to what is it?
102.
Yeah, 102. It's not even, yeah.
But Thor is 126. That's Thor 1 is 126.
Strange is what, 168?
Well, Strange is 168 because because Voodoo is Brother Voodoo's 168 of Strange Tales.
Yeah.
Or no, I'm sorry. Strange is 169.
169.
Because the Brother Voodoo is the first Strange Tales.
Yeah.
It's not Strange, and that's 169. Yeah. Odd naming conventions or numbering conventions, I should say.
Anyway, you're buying this book.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so at least Cap 100. It's a cool number. 100.
Yeah. Cool characters in there too.
So this is one of the 3 you don't have. You
one
definitely
of the 3
have.
I don't have.
As Chris says, who doesn't have this next book?
Yeah.
Mine is on eBay right now, and it's interesting. It's just kind of hanging out there.
Mine too. You're not seeing the sales on newsstands too. Like, where's the numbers? Like, you see Jewelers, which Jewelers is a newsstand.
Yeah.
So a 9.4 sold for $2,100. I mean, ironically, Jewelers is a percentage of a newsstand, but I mean, I have my 9.8 newsstand up for $39.99, I think.
My 9.0 newsstand is up right now for $450, and I've gotten some somebody offered me 350, which is like the same grade in a newsstand
Yeah,
sold for 500 plus a couple weeks ago, which that might be an outlier, but 450 is a very solid
sure.
price for it.
Yeah.
And then somebody offered me 380, I think. I countered at like 415.
Do you ever find countering just never works?
Well, no, so it's
I have
interesting. I've actually countered often and worked, but on lower
really.
dollar.
Yeah, I never had a counter work.
I've countered 4 times in the last 2 months, and the sales have gone through. I countered um, for my X-Men 10, my first Kazar. Actually, that's a bigger book.
Yeah.
That's the book I sold when we walked through the door of.
I kind of wish I bought that from you, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah, that's the book
I
I
like
sold when
that
we
book.
walked through the door.
I feel like even though there's no announcements, I still feel like Savage Land has got a future. Who doesn't want
Well,
to see dinosaurs from somebody other than Jurassic Park? Like I want to see somebody else tackle dinosaurs.
well, you
And
bought a ton of the good DC books from me,
yeah,
and
definitely.
you bought First Peacemaker, or not first, but First Peacemaker in title.
Yeah, I got to get that graded too. It's another one.
Yeah, I'd like to see you actually work on that a little bit because I think you can. I think you can lighten up some of that tanning.
Probably.
Um,
I'll give it
so
the dabbing. I
yeah,
won't rub on that one.
yeah. So, anywho,
Anywho, everybody's got a New Mutants.
everybody's got one, and if you don't get one, you're not missing it at the flea market. I mean, you're gonna. Everybody knows this cover, you know.
It's like Billy Madison said, if you don't have a New Mutants, you're a loser. Does that pee my pants?
Yeah, yeah. Right, if you're not peeing your pants,
If you're
you
not
ain't
peeing
cool.
your pants, you're a loser.
So you have to have this one.
Super
Super
Scroll?
Super Scroll.
I
Okay.
do. I got a copy of this a long time ago. Um,
This is one's really interesting to me. I mean, I know we have Secret Invasion coming up, and they've been rumored. The rumor is actually not teased in this like normal. And the thing I think is interesting about it is all the sales are in very low grades: a 1.5, a 2, and a 2.5.
yeah,
Now look at that difference between a 2 and a 2.5.
yeah,
That's $130 difference.
yeah. I
That
would
that's
pay it.
what's that?
I would pay it.
Yeah, but it's,
I bet you a
yeah,
3.0 is only about 4.
yeah, that's
You
what I
know?
s- that's what I mean. That's the kind of the odd thing about this one.
Yeah. This one is also another one that it's not you don't find in good condition often. Oh, I want
Right.
to see what's the picture. Show me. Not showing me.
Show me lies.
That one shows
Give
me.
me
That
sweet
one
little
does
lies.
not show me. That's weird.
It
Okay.
it shows it shows on the app.
Does it? What's the
Yeah.
picture? Does it show Super Scroll?
Yeah, it shows multiple interior pages.
Gotcha.
Super scroll. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I this is gonna be one of those ones where you're gonna get FOMO too late because you'll finally see like a screen cap of
Yeah,
him, and you'll be like, all right, everybody jump on Super Scroll. But I don't know if I'm.
I
There has
agree
been
though.
no, there has been no news about the Skrull Shi'ar war. Um, I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna do it, and it might be a ways off because they got everybody to fight in Secret Wars first. They don't have time for this,
Yeah,
so I
I
don't know.
agree. I agree though. Like the couple of times I've actually seen this book, it was just beat to hell and
Oh
back.
yeah,
Like
usually it is. Are they gonna do it in Secret Invasion, not Secret Wars?
that's what I thought that was what the early rumors were. But this, I mean, this is saying possibly as early as Secret Wars. But Secret Invasion's way before Secret Wars, right?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's a TV show, right?
Uh I think as far as they're aware right now it is, but
Oh,
they just turned um which one did they just turn? They just turned Iron Wars into a movie,
that's gonna be a movie.
feature film, yeah.
That's better too. Well, what are you gonna do with Armor Wars?
Yeah.
It's
Or
gonna, you
right,
know what it's
Armor
gonna
Wars.
be? It's gonna be Iron Man 3. It's just all a bunch of suits of armor.
Yep.
I don't know. Whatever. 316.
I own this one.
Yeah, I do own this one.
This book has cooled
I think
off.
you, me, and your brother own this one.
Yeah. This book though has come. I mean,
big
it
time.
just came way back to earth, right? Like, and even though it's always been a classic cover, it couldn't possibly keep up with how overheated it got. There for a while. So, I'm actually kind of surprised that a newsstand 9.8 though isn't over $2,000, but but I'm sure it was at one point in time.
Probably. I like this better though on the direct.
Yeah, it's freaking
so
great.
Cool.
I mean, it's almost like a double first cover appearance. Although the haters will say 315 is the first cover.
That is badass.
Because he's got that like smiley
the little
face,
circle in the corner,
floating head.
BS.
But I mean, that actually has got to be one of the best first covers ever.
Agreed.
It's incredible.
We all know about this one. It's been up there forever.
I got it. So I mean, it just keeps kind of chugging along.
It does, man. I mean, we're gonna go with it iconic cover only because there's no other than origin story. There's nothing here.
Yep. Is this? I mean, it's really it's the true origin though, right? Of the symbiote, at least. Like,
yep.
I mean, there are certain characters like Galactus or something like that where the origin is in 7 different books.
Well, there's the one. That's the one where it's just him reaching out. That's the main origin.
Mm-hmm.
Usually they have one and it's much later. But this is all tightly wound around first appearance. So it's like first appearance. It's first appearance in 3 books and then an origin story. That Black Cat was that Marvel team up. There's like 4 books. It's just so tightly spun around its first appearance, origin story, second appearance, first cover. It's like crazy.
Do you see this note though? This is a newer note. In 2022, there are 278 recorded sales of direct 9.8s in comparison to only 32 of newsstands. Wow. So this book would have been more prevalent in newsstands still at 84. It's before the kind of equilibrium point.
Before the Great Conjunction?
Before the Great Conjunction.
What movie, Jason?
Is that a Ghostbusters reference? No, I don't know. Great Conjunction. What is it?
Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal. I should have known that. My Jim Henson card just got pulled.
Yeah.
my Dark Muppet card just got pulled.
There you go.
But yeah, I mean what is that? That's one. Well, that's more than one. That's like 1/8 of the copies.
Yeah. Yeah.
8 to 1 ratio, or actually a little more than that. But that's crazy. Mine will never get a 9.8 because even though it's got no spine tip, it's got a wonky cut.
The cut is weird, yeah.
So,
I'm happy to see another Man Thing on here.
Well, this is the book that you've been pulling for, although this book is not worth nearly as much, and it predates, but it's not.
But this isn't the one I'm talking about. The one I'm talking about, like, let's see.
But you're talking about his true first appearance
his true first appearance is that Savage
Tales, which is a magazine. Right. But you're talking about his first true appearance in a book, comic.
Yeah. So this will have everything in order. So that's this. So second appearance in Origin is the Astonishing Tale, and this is the one I like too. The first cover appearance. I have a few of these. Mm-hmm. But look, $80. Like, this is Man Thing's first cover appearance.
I know. Now let's scroll down to
and then they want everybody to buy this book, which is number 1. We haven't gotten there yet. Number 1 again on the Hot 10. Why? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books that have appeared before that one. People are at it. Either this is what I keep saying, like, because it's based purely on sales, or they just uneducated nitnicks.
This is not necessarily the only 7 appearances prior to as well. This is just 7 keys
right,
they're talking about.
7 key appearances, correct?
You know, because like,
yeah,
if we look at Ghost Rider, the classic Ghost Rider example, the classic ranting about this Ghost Rider is in
correct
is in, what do you call it? Spotlight 5,
Marvel
6,
Spotlight
7,
5,
8,
6,
9,
yeah.
10, and 11. I
until
think
his first appearance in Ghost Rider 1.
he's in like he's got like a 7 book run in Spotlight. I mean, I have Spotlight 6, his second appearance, and it's worth like 1/5 of his 8th first appearance.
So this one, 7 later, second Howard the Duck, first solo title, is selling about the same as his first appearance in comics.
No, but that's even just based on the high. But like, let's go down and see what the recent sales of that book are in graded condition.
For this?
No. Yes, yeah. I mean, 9.4, $605, and 8.5, $375.
Yeah, let's see what these are going for. I gotta see. What was that? $650 for a 9.4?
6. What was it? 6. I can look it up.
$675.
Right now. I think it's 605. Let's see.
Well, they don't even have anything high grade like that.
605.
Look at this though. First cover appearance of Man-Thing, $35. Get this book. I have a bunch of them. Get that book.
$35. Well, there's an 8.0.
Where?
There's an 8.0 of it down there.
Did I miss it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
8.0 for $750.
$750. Okay.
All right, so this book is commanding more. Thank God.
But no, but that's what these aren't sales, right? That's just an asking price.
Jason, look at this. Even with the $40 shipping, first appearance in comics, first cover appearance.
Look what else you get. Look what else you get though. You get all those Khazar Doom books. Are you going to make a purchase right now?
Jeez.
Because look, you get all those Doom books too. Is that a tear though?
Yeah, that's a tear. Oh yeah, it's a bad tear.
Dude, they don't even show there. I was going to say they don't even show the Doom books that you get.
No, they
Because
don't.
there's some keys in the early.
That's not a bit. I mean, well, except for that tear. That tear kills the bummer. All right, back to the list. This is my Man-Thing rant every week, it seems.
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm gonna let you talk about Hulk 1.
Did you watch Werewolf by Night yet?
No, I haven't.
What?
I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I want to watch it with Nick, and I haven't gotten him motivated to watch like.
Come on.
I gotta go pee. You talk about
right.
Hulk 1.
I mean, what don't we know about Hulk 1 at this point in time? I'm sure everybody saw it, before they had that photoshopped version of Harrison Ford as Red Hulk. Somebody did that in literally like 30 seconds, I think, after the news came out, because it was absolutely everywhere. There's an incredible amount of information about this book right here. On my app, I actually have to scroll down twice before I get to the bottom of the information here. So, I mean, there's a lot of speculation. He's on the cover, but of course, he's not. This is not his first true appearance on the interior pages, but he is on the cover. Of the 16 copies in 9.8 that sold, the top dollar paid was $365, which is just $30 over the 12-month average. So this is one of those examples that we're seeing where big announcement, big tease, and it's not necessarily seeing a big boost in prices. For at least for modern books, we're not seeing that huge. I think it was Swagglehouse that I was watching this week, and he was doing a really good breakdown of like you're seeing a little bit bigger bumps still on like those $10 to $15 books that go to $30 or $40, but less on the books that are already $80 or $100 books
Mm-hmm.
that are going, especially when you're talking graded prices. Um, yeah, there's just so much news about this book this week. In grades nine
Yeah.
six through 8.5 sold copies sold for approximately 18% over. So that's a significant increase, right?
Yep.
Grade 8 had the highest increase paid with an $83 sale. But I mean, this book raw is like $75, and somebody paid to get an 8.0 slab. Probably what happened was it was a 9.6 and CGC dropped it on the corner and then it became an 8.0.
Yeah.
I have literally like 7 books like that, but one of which they almost tore the back cover off of. But anywho, an 8.0, a graded 8.0 sold for just $83, which is kind of crazy when you consider the CGC costs are going to be probably $35 unless you send it with a really big submission. I would like to see where you're getting this book for $8 and who's like, if I see a modern book like this that's in low grade, I'm not even buying it.
Yep.
Even though it's a big, it's a key.
No, you
I'm
can't.
not buying a
If
wrinkled
you're not,
up.
yeah, you don't buy moderns for under a 9.4. You just don't
I'm
do it.
not. Yeah, I'm not buying a
It's
wrinkled
got to
up.
be high grade. There's too many going to be high grade that nobody will want anything lower than that.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even sell raw if you're selling at the flea market, for $4 or $5 at that point in time.
Yeah. Yep.
So this is a book I think it's going to do a lot of this. How long is it? How long would it be till we actually see him as Thunderbolt Ross?
The thing though is that wouldn't now be the best time to buy it because it's just going to keep going up.
Probably.
Up and down, up and down, up and down, up. But I mean, like, I don't know. I think even though it might be, like, I wouldn't buy it now because the news broke.
Yeah.
But in 3 months, I would start buying these.
Sure.
That is a great time to start buying these.
I mean, look at you're even seeing big books like Juggernaut's first appearance. Like they're doing a little of this right now.
Yeah,
I mean, how it happens like this for a book that's 57 years old is beyond me.
Yeah.
But you're seeing some of that oscillation right now. So
yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's a weird time.
the economy.
The economy, that's right.
Mm-hmm. It's weird. Weird economy.
Anywho,
Next.
I see it at the flea market and it's a high grade. I'll buy it.
I love this cover so much.
I know you do. Yeah, you have this
I really
book.
do.
You don't have the next book.
Very good. I don't.
This is just
I went in on the Planet Hulk one. I went in on the one where he's fighting Sentry, that first appearance of Scar. I never believed in the what ifs. I never even got Lady Thor what ifs. I don't. They're not in canon. They're kind of like these weird things. Like, I never really bought into what ifs, so I didn't get this one. But that Iron Man book, man, that's hot. That is so good. You alright, Jason?
Yeah. Sorry, Jimmy just texted us.
Is he participating at all?
He is very sad that he fell asleep putting Raylan to bed. Which I get that because when I was out there for a couple days, I almost fell asleep rocking Raylan, and that was just from the fatigue of not rocking a baby for a long time.
Yeah.
I think what we're seeing with this Iron Man 1, I think we're starting to see all those 68 titles, the Surfer ones, kind of not quite this trajectory, but it's certainly going like this. I'll
tell you what, at Comic-Con I saw a lot of Surfer 1s and Surfer 4s going. Like, people were asking about all of them.
Yeah.
And even 3, people were asking about that one too.
Well, I think Surfer is an interesting title because there's only 18 issues in the
Yeah.
original run.
Yeah.
You have obviously a huge book in one, almost an equally large book in four,
Mm-hmm.
just on title. But then you've got Mephisto in three.
Mm-hmm.
You have Mephisto in whatever it is, like 16 or 17, which still
Yeah.
has that great cover.
Great cover.
And then there's a lot of interest even in some of the minor. There's some interesting books. You could pick up several of the 18 issues for like $15 too.
Yep.
But there's like three that are going to cost you north of a G for sure.
For sure. I still don't have a Surfer one. I've always wanted one. I just never. It was never a priority for me because having the first three Surfer appearances, I didn't need Surfer one. But now, there's a part of me that's kind of like, I wish I got one then.
I mean, it'd be awesome to have all these first 68 books like this, at least the number ones. Maybe not the Cat 100 and
Yeah.
stuff like that, but at least the number ones. So what do we have? We have Iron Man 1,
Iron Man, Submariner,
Submariner 1,
Surfer.
Surfer 1. Is that the only three
I think
titles
that might be the only
number
three.
ones?
Who?
That's the only three that are number ones, right?
I think so.
Because all the other books were in their own titles, and that's why well,
the
Sure.
title just changed, so they just changed the title but kept the sequence.
right, because Cap had his own title, Captain America.
Right.
Hulk had his own title.
Yeah, Hulk, Strange.
Thor technically didn't have his own title.
Never.
Because it was ever. But they, for whatever reason, they kept the naming convention with that too.
Yep.
And I guess for that, it's just because he did have like a 30 some odd issue run on Journey to Mystery from 83 to 125.
Oh, that reminds me. You didn't see that.
No, I did not see that.
That's in a box back there on the floor.
But yeah, so certainly I would love to if I ever see this book. I'm definitely interested in owning this book.
Are you sure?
What's
if you
that?
saw that at the flea market for $2.
If I saw this at the flea market, I am pulling the trigger on this. Or if you see it at a yard sale like Bob's Friend, and it's got every one of the number ones.
That's just gross, man.
Yeah.
I do want to tell you about a thing that I discovered. It's called Goodwill Finds or Goodwill Hunts or something like that.
Okay.
I bought this for $10. I don't even know I don't remember what's in it.
Is it on the Goodwill website?
I think so.
Yeah, I saw recently that you can see comics on the Goodwill website.
So this has A-Force 1, which is the first all.
Yep.
And it's also got the first, what is it, Serenity, the girl from the end of Thor. But there's a Secret Wars 6, Secret Wars 5.
How were they packed? How are they in good shape? And how were they packed?
Yeah, 4, 3, 2, and then Secret Wars Battle World, Secret Wars 7 again. So there's like 10 Secret Wars books. And then I think Secret Wars Battle World, I don't know that one. And then a bunch of like junk.
Yeah.
But still, and then this was $12. I mean, it's not the best shape, but for $12 for this one, Star Trek X-Men. I never even heard of this title.
Well, dude, the A-Force is worth much more than $12. So.
Yeah. I think that's it for Guardians of Nowhere. Bless you. Bless you. That was $12. This stack of X-Men I paid $29 for. Wait to see what's in here.
First Gambit?
No, not like that. I wish.
It's first Jubilee in there.
But, and I know there's only the one. So a lot of the X-Men. Mm-hmm. But then there are, and this is the reason why I bought it.
Yeah.
For $20. $29 shipped. I mean, 2 first Omega Reds in really nice shape. I mean, I should be able to get $50 or $60 for the 2, right?
Yeah.
Then X-Men, you know, the Omega Red title, the X-Men one.
Yep.
None of them newsstand though. I wish.
No Newsies.
No, but they're all there's 10 X-Men ones in here.
You know where you can get some newsstands?
Yeah.
Boys and Girls Club of Delaware.
Boys and Girls Club. And then I don't even remember why I bought this, Jason, but this whole thing was $10. Let's find out.
It's a lot of books.
It is a lot of books. There's got to be a reason, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to have seen something peeking out of the corner.
There's at least one thing in here that I was like, all right, well, that's worth it.
Yeah. Because you wouldn't have bought
I've spent some time on their website, and there's a lot of nothing.
Yeah, no,
and there's a lot of overpriced nothing.
I spent like an hour the one night, and a couple of the lots had a decent book, but they were auctioned, and people were paying too much for them.
See, there were no auctions on this website. It was all
buy it
now. It was all buy it nows. It was a store.
Oh, okay. Because I was looking at the actual Goodwill site.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, well, there's a John Tyler Christopher. Sand person. Cool Sabretooth cover.
Yeah.
Nice Wendigo. Aliens. Nothing. Maybe I bought it just because there was a lot for a little. I don't know. Why did I buy this?
You had to have seen a book at least.
Why did I buy this, Jason?
You're not going to just buy a bulk for $10.
I didn't buy it for a Scotty Young Spider-Woman.
No, you didn't.
Star Wars High Republic #2. There's a big first appearance in there.
But I don't think you bought that.
That's not why I bought it though. I couldn't have been. That'd be silly.
It is really interesting though, like the mashup of these books.
Why did I buy this? Venom, Daredevil, Logan, Marvel Knights, Punisher, The Long Night Wolverine. Oh, dude, I don't even know why I got this.
There's a lot of books there, though.
Man, there's a lot of books. Though, why did I buy this? There's nothing here. There's no first appearances or anything. Ooh. I don't know, man. We'll have to take a look at that. I might have been a slip. Up for $10 though.
Yeah.
Anywho, but yeah, I mean, I found I'll share the link with you. Maybe you'll find some successes there too.
Jimmy would have really hated our top 10 tonight. We didn't actually get through the top 10.
No. Well, yeah, we talked about Man Thing already, and that's number 1. So.
And we kind of talked about What If, you know. Yeah. This is interesting though. Like, you gotta feel like, I know it's not a ton of money, but you gotta feel like a bit of a schmuck if you pay $110 for the 7.5, and then somebody in the same week got an 8.5 for $83.
Yeah.
You know, I think you gotta feel like a bit of a schmuck even if you bought the 9.0 for $151.
Yeah.
You see that in 2017 somebody sold a 9.0 for $10. Even in 2017 the grading would have been twice $10, right? It would have still been like $18 or whatever.
Do you know the YouTube channel Comic Book Investments?
Yeah.
Okay, so I listened to him yesterday.
What's his name? Dave. Yeah.
I listened to him yesterday, and he was going over some books that had dropped. And the one he was talking about was Eternals 1.
Yeah.
And what he said, or after going through the numbers, I had no idea. You can get, and I tried to, and I just missed it. Eternals 1 9.6 is going for $250.
Yeah.
That's a 9.6 number 1 for $250.
I've got what, 6 of those?
Yeah, you probably do have 6 of those. I know. But I can't believe how low it got, because that was a $700 book. Because the one was going for what, $1,200-$1,500.
I would not be surprised that you actually pressed those books for Bob, that he might pull a 9.8 out of one of those 6 books.
He could. They were beautiful. I know that. They're really nice looking books.
Do you see this stat though at the bottom here? It should be known that a couple of 9/8 sold in August for over $1,000, but suspiciously seemed to be an attempt at market manipulation.
In August, though?
Yeah, that's what it said.
Who's investing in scars in August?
Yeah, well, I didn't know that there was. It said what does it say here in anticipation of the She-Hulk reveal? But like, was it known that he was gonna be revealed?
I didn't think so. But
I didn't think
here's
so
the thing
either.
also, though. Just imagine that you're working at Marvel Studios and you know about this stuff. You would be stupid not to buy some books.
Yeah, I don't know. You gotta get
Like, imagine if you worked at Weta or whatever that's doing the CG for these
yeah,
shows, and you knew that Abomination or that Scar was going to be at the end of She-Hulk. Like, I mean, that's like insider trading, but who cares? Like, I would be definitely buying some Scar books. It'd be
yeah,
silly not to.
yeah. I could imagine that you would be at least bound confidentiality to not talk about it, but I don't know that they could stop you from buying a comic book.
Absolutely, yeah.
You
No,
know,
it's like, why
but
not?
you're right though. It is technically insider trading, but these are not
It's
securities.
certainly
They're not
not regulated by any yeah.
yeah, they're
So
not.
go for it, dude. Like, if you work for Marvel and you're like, hey, I know, you know, whoever's
Well,
going to be in Quantumania.
I know that if you specifically were working on the Werewolf by Night project and maybe Man Thing appears, that this next book is the book that you would have put all your the eggs in this basket.
Because you're a dope.
I
I don't know why, instead of getting, because I just did it, why you would pay for a 9.4 in this when I, for $300, got a Savage Tales 1 with some minor chipping on the side.
Yeah.
Like, why would you ever not get that instead?
Yeah.
Like, go right for the first appearance. Like, why would you even play in this? I don't get it. Maybe because it's, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't understand it. Maybe it's low-hanging fruit because it wasn't very expensive.
Yeah. I like that it says the demand for Man-Thing keys is a case study to remember for future introductions to the MCU, because it says despite being teased in Ragnarok and rumored to appear in Werewolf by Night since March, Man-Thing seems to have taken the collector market by surprise, or possibly the faithfulness to the character is what has driven interest in key issues related to the character. I'm going to say, if he's in Werewolf by Night, when you watch Werewolf by Night, you'll probably not be disappointed.
There's a nugget of the book that I'm looking for. The last 4 words.
In what? Oh, The Living Mummy?
No. Simon Garth, a.k.a. Zombie.
Oh, okay.
I've been hunting that book down. It is not easy to find.
What book is that?
It's called. I think it's called Fear. Fear 3 or something weird like that. I only saw one for sale and it was like crazy expensive. Maybe it's not Fear. Menace, not Fear. Menace 5. Yeah, that.
Oh, but it's a Golden Age book.
It's a Golden Age book, and it's an awesome cover. Look at that cover.
That is a cool cover.
I would love to have this. Like, Zombie is a great. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is a sick cover. Tales of the Zombie 1.
He's in a. Well, that's gotta be a magazine format, right? Tales of the Zombie.
Yeah, these are for sure.
Yeah,
these are those Marvel. Not. I don't even know if they're Marvel. Is that Eclipse? What is that?
No, that's Charlton, isn't it?
That's not Charlton because it's a Marvel magazine. I don't know what that says.
Yeah, what that imprint is?
What that imprint is? I've never seen that. Well, I mean, I'm sure I've seen it, but
it should tell you who the publisher is, right? Or did it just say Marvel?
Let's find out. Curtis. Wow.
Curtis.
I did not know that. But that's the zombie I know, man, with the vest and the sleeveless vest. Like, how that's so cool. But yeah,
Can
eBay.
we talk about how the Tales of the on
Yeah,
that
there's one for
title?
2 grand.
Yeah, with no top corner.
No top corner, but from 53, and there's nothing else.
Yeah, well, there was one. There was an 8-0 at the top. Did you
Oh
see
well,
that?
that one he wanted what 15 grand for.
15.5. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a $2,000 book. That's so cool though, man.
Yeah, the
I remember
color's
it
still
had it had a ton
rad
of
on
other
it.
issues too, like that cover's barely hanging on.
Well, yeah, the staples are hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, that's a big chunk too. That's the bottom corner. And it's a bit faded in the middle, but man, that is a cool cover. First zombie. I would love to get that.
I just don't. I don't understand getting a big key like that graded by CBCS.
I know. That's a you're right. You're right.
Do you see I like in the magazine the Tales of the, that's like Star Wars font all day long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, isn't it like
The tales of the yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
pull that up. Yeah, look at that. It's like Star Wars font all day long right there.
Yep. The only thing you're not having is you don't have the L trailing into the E and
Yeah.
like the E's trailing out.
I wonder if the graphic designer who did the Star Wars used this as foundation because like there
Maybe.
was the there wasn't tremendous so many fonts at that point in time were hand drawn. Like that
No.
zombie was definitely hand drawn.
Did you ever see the documentary Helvetica?
No, Jimmy's told me to watch it
Jimmy
too, and
told
I've
you
never.
about it?
Yeah.
Very interesting, man. They even there's an actual location, I forgot where it is, like the Netherlands or something, where Helvetica lays. Like it's where it is. Like
Cool.
Helvetica is a thing. It's on a piece of paper and it's
Yeah.
in a safe in a
I mean,
building.
somebody like created it.
Somebody created it
Yeah.
and it's Helvetica lives somewhere. Like it's not just like, a font that's in like computers. It's really cool. It's just about typeset and typography. It's really cool.
There's something so cool about like these kind of characters. Like I didn't know anything about zombie, and like the
Yeah.
fact that like this Tales of Zombie is 18 years later, and they're just like, "Yo, let's still use the guy from the book in '53."
Yeah.
Like it says later named Simon Garth and given an origin in Tales of the Zombie One.
When is Return of the Living Dead?
What's that?
Night of the Living Dead. When did Night of the Living Dead come out?
The actual movie?
Yeah, is that after this? It's in.
No, that's from '68, I think.
That's
The
what I
original
thought. So like,
George Romero's
I
Night
thought
of the
George
Living Dead?
Romero invented the zombie. But I guess
you mean
not.
as a concept?
As a concept, like Tolkien created all those kinds of characters, like fantasy
Huh?
characters. Like I had thought George Romero created the zombie or the concept of the zombie, but I guess not.
Let's Wikipedia this.
Let's Wikipedia that. When did the zombie get created?
Oh my God, I put zombies in, and it's about the Disney movie Zombie. Then I put zombie in, and the first thing that comes up is the Cranberries song.
Nice. It's a good one.
Here we go.
Let's do shopping.
It says first appearance, Night of the Living Dead. You're right.
Of
Zombie
zombies,
is a
right?
mythological undead corporeal revenant created through the reanimation of the corpse. Zombies are most commonly found in horror and fantasy genre. The term comes from Haitian folklore, in which a zombie is a dead body reanimated through various methods, most commonly magic like voodoo. Modern media depictions. The English word zombie was first recorded in 1819 in a history of Brazil by the poet Robert Southey
Huh.
in the form of zombie without an E. The Oxford English Dictionary gives the word's origin as West African and compares it to the Congo words Zambi, God, and Zumbi or Nzumbi, fetish. Some authors also compare it to the Congo word Vumbi, ghost, revenant, or corpse that still retains the soul. So it's clearly a concept from way back.
Yeah, I guess so.
One of the first books to expose Western culture to the concept of the voodoo zombie was W.B. Seabrook's The Magic Island, published in 1929. The account of a narrator who encounters voodoo cults in Haiti, Haiti, and their Haiti and their resurrected thralls. A new version of the zombie, distinct from that described in Haitian folklore, emerges in pop culture during the latter half of the 20th century. This interpretation of the zombie is drawn largely from George A. Romero's film Night of the Living Dead, which was partly inspired by Richard Matheson's novel I Am Legend, 1954, which means this still predates it by a year.
Wow.
The word zombie is not used in Night of the Living Dead, but was applied later by fans. After
well,
zombie
it's not used in I Am Legend either, is it?
Not that it says. And zombie, but was applied later by fans after zombie films such as Dawn of the Dead, 78, and Michael Jackson's music video Thriller, 83. The genre waned for some years. Interesting enough, it does not mention that comic at all.
Menace 5?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find one anywhere.
Even though it uses the word zombie with an E, correct?
Yeah. Torpedo Comics is the one that has the $15,000 one. It's a nice book.
So there was a B horror film called I Walked with a Zombie in 1943, and obviously there's zombies in Plan 9 from Outer Space in 59.
Man, you learned something new. I really thought George Romero, I thought he coined the term zombie.
No, certainly they said he gives credit for like what
the zombie is, like Dracula and garlic and stakes through the heart, and like the mythology of a zombie, like eats brains and yeah. That's interesting though. Yeah, I honestly didn't know that Zombie from Marvel went back this far to 53. I didn't know he was a Golden Age guy. I thought he started in the magazines in the 70s.
Yeah, it's really interesting because it says Avenging Zombies would feature prominently in the early 1950s EC comics, which George A. Romero would later claim as an influence. The comics, including Tales from the Crypt, Vault of Horror, and Weird Science, featured avenging undead in the Gothic tradition. They still don't mention that book.
Menace 5.
Yeah, Menace 5. Even though it uses the title, uses the word on the title.
So this is his first time in like a magazine, I guess. All right, $29. You can have the first and second appearance.
What a freaking rad painted cover, isn't it?
That's a great cover. I would have thought it was for Zeta, but it's Boris. Looks for Zeta.
See, that's one, bro. I mean, that's wildly undervalued if you believe in that character, long term. $29.
I mean, it's pretty thrashed on the spot.
That one's beat up, but I mean, like.
But yeah, I mean, like, this one, you can get in the game for $10 right now in 3 days. That is sick, man. So
Yeah,
that's how I remember him, with the vest and the long hair. He was almost like a dead rock star. Like, I liked him when I liked Eddie from Iron Maiden.
Well, that does really look like Frazetta.
It does. Yeah.
No, the woman doesn't though.
No, the woman doesn't. She would have been softer with Frazetta.
Yeah.
But that's him, man. That's like the guy I knew. Nice.
How does it get reduced down to like 1/16th its size?
I don't know. How cool is that though? That's pretty badass.
I wonder if Eddie was actually based on him, because that face looks very,
Yeah, see, that's how I remember him when I was younger. the sleeveless vest, the jeans, the belt buckle, the long hair. Like he was just almost like a dead like metal guitarist. Very cool. Well, I'll put this in my eBay. Oh, look at that. That's got the original comics code, too, the star.
That's cool. Look at that. It's so randomly placed, isn't it?
Yep.
Just kind of slapped.
Yep.
Slapped in there.
Anyway. All right, man. Anything else?
Anything else on the horizon this week?
No, not really. I'm probably gonna, cause I have a bunch of. I got JC Comics. I have a bunch of things to press for him still. I'm definitely gonna be cataloging some more stuff into CLZ because I got a lot of boxes I have not done yet. I've only done maybe 40% of my collection.
Okay.
It's fun to watch, even though like every time I do a price update, it's like you just lost another $2,000. Like, oh.
It was a bad day, I suppose.
Yeah, well, that one was what tanked. It's funny too when something tanks.
You could easily
all the Clone Wars ones shit the bed.
Really?
That's what made me look up Clone War ones, and then I was like, they're wrong because they're still selling for like $1,100 for a 9.6. I was like, that's not right. So it'll probably adjust back up again.
Well, it seems like they're still working through the bugs in that.
They are. Let's see. Update values. Let's see what it did today. I'm going to cry. It's like watching the stock market, though. I really do love it. I lost $210. But my MODOK went up. My Banshee went up. Submariner went up.
Oh, does it actually show you what?
Yep. West Coast Avengers, really? The white Vision went up. Geiger's still going up. That book's up to $18 now. Now Jimmy's thanking me that I got him all those number ones.
Hey, did you see the Eagles traded for Robert Quinn today?
I did, and what's his name from the Bears was like crying. I guess they were really close. Yeah, my Uncanny X-Men, a lot of them are going down.
Oh, Raekwon Smith.
Raekwon Smith, yeah. Marvel Premiere number 15, first Iron Fist is going down. That's another one I would buy, as long as they don't use what's his name. I love Iron Fist. Oh.
How about the World Series? I think for the first time ever, you got to be rooting hard for the Phils.
I can't root for either of them, man.
What?
Can't do it.
You with your hatred of the Houston Astros, you're still not going to root for the Phils?
I hate the Astros.
Just because you got Mets bias?
Not a Harper guy. I just don't like him.
You got Mets bias?
No, I guess if I had to root for anybody, I'd root for the Phillies.
I
do not want the Astros to win. Nothing would make me happier than to see the Astros lose.
Well, I got to tell you, like, as a lifelong Philadelphia sports fan, I love the fact that they're already talking about the Astros having a perfect postseason. They've already, basically, they've already written the Phillies off before the series even freaking starts. And I love that somehow.
Move. That's a bad move.
Somehow that actually is ingrained in Philadelphia sports DNA. Like, please write us off. That's when we'll come up. I mean, it was incredible. There's no saying that this is going to continue, but in the first 3 rounds, the number of clutch hits they got when they needed clutch hits was actually pretty incredible.
Yeah, they were. Harper was amazing. So you be the ump. This is the strike zone.
I got 2 potential collections this coming week.
Cool.
I'm looking at one on Saturday, and then my coworker is finally bringing books in for me Monday or Tuesday of next week. I have zero concept of what's hit in the couple boxes he's bringing in. Yeah. He said they're all from the 2000s, So that could be some good stuff. It could be total trash. I don't know.
There's stuff hidden. I mean,
Yeah.
you can't, you can't just say, oh, you got a bunch of 90s stuff, it's all garbage. I mean, it's a good buying tool. Like, I don't want to go through this because it's 90% garbage. But now there's some stuff hidden in there, especially Star Wars books.
Yeah.
Well, there's some good stuff to be had in the 2000s now.
So, anyways, I'm excited about
good luck,
those.
Man.
And I'm excited about seeing the book. The book's on Saturday. Really, no idea what to expect. The seller said there's 2,000 comics. The couple shots that they posted and sent to me are not huge keys, but they're from good runs, and they look like they're in really nice shape. So early GI Joes that look like they're in really nice shape. A lot of 80s titles, and actually some 60s titles as well. So I'm excited to check it out.
Cool. Good luck.
But I told them, they don't really know a whole lot about the books, but I said, I have zero confidence of making you an offer unless I see what's there. I'm not going to buy anything blind. I don't think again.
But you should start out that conversation. Like, what do you want for it?
No, I already started.
You already know what they want?
No, they don't. They would like me to make an offer. So
I can't stand that.
I can't stand it either. But with that in mind,
it's such an uncomfortable thing that if you say the wrong thing, it could just sour everything.
Yep.
It could go wrong so fast.
I think the last 3 collections I've had to do that, and 2 of them I
What's
got.
Up, Funhouse?
What's up?
Funhouse Comics says, "Hey guys."
Oh, and 2 of them I got, and 1 of them I had to walk away from because the people there was just no, it was too far apart.
I listed my 8 long boxes from the flea market on Facebook. I mean, I listed them high, but I just wanted to get some interaction. And some guy's like, I'm not paying that. I said, I'm not asking you to. And he was just so belligerent and completely rude. And he's like, what would you take? I said, well, I'm looking for $2,500, just like I have it listed. He's like, based on what I see, I'm not paying that. I said, based on what? I have like 6 books hanging out of long boxes. Like, you're going to base my price on 6 books? And he's like, well, I don't like what I see. I was like, how do you know what's in there? You're assuming a whole lot.
I also, and I've said this before, like, my point of view is, they're not my asset yet, right? They're somebody else's asset. So, like, if I'm at the flea market and somebody's charging $100 for a $10 book, I don't have to try to educate them or anything along this line. It's not.
There's that does come into play, like telling them like
It's not worth my time,
no,
right?
It's
not worth my time. They haven't done their research. I know what the book is worth. It's way too much for me to spend it. I'm not going to waste my breath. I'm going to move on,
And they don't want it either. They don't want to hear it.
It's interesting that this guy will contact you, say that he's not interested in that price, rather than saying, "Hey, I'm interested. Would you be willing to let me take a look at the books?" I don't think that I could meet you at your price, but I am interested. Like something along those lines.
That's why, like, Rick at the comic store. And me and him, we've both taken the same path. It's the best way to start the conversation is, what do you want for the because if you're so far off, if the guy's like, I want 10 grand and you're thinking like 1, I'm not even gonna bother. Like, I'm not gonna educate them. I'm not gonna make them feel bad. I'm not gonna. We're so far apart that I'm just gonna walk away. Here's my number. If you don't have any interest at that price, then give me a shout and maybe we'll talk. But I feel like we're too far apart, and that's best, because then you're leaving like the doors open. I'm thinking of a lesser number, but good luck. I wish you all the best. Like, I hope you get your price.
Yep.
I've made what I'm comfortable with as an offer, and the guy's like, I made exactly what I wanted. And I'm like, that's great. I would not have paid that. I'm glad you found somebody that did.
Absolutely.
And I'm happy for you. Like,
and you can be honest in saying that you're happy for them, because you are happy for them.
Sure,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
If somebody gives them 10 grand and I thought it was maybe 3,500, great. That's awesome. You got 10 grand for your books, you know?
Yeah.
Like I had that one guy, he wanted 10 grand for his entire collection. I told him that he should be asking for more. I said, one, I don't have 10,000. It's an awesome collection. I said, two, you have the finest 129 I've ever seen. You should have that graded because that book will come back a 9.8, and then you're looking at maybe 25
For just that book.
For just that book. And he had a beautiful 300 that was probably a 9.6, 9.8. He got a little crazy with like he really liked Lobo. He had a lot of Lobo. And there's not much value there, but you know, he had like 7 long boxes and he had like 5 really good books. Mm-hmm. It's tough to pay $10,000 on 5 really good books.
Sure.
But having
it's actually
said,
easier to sell one.
Yeah, having
really
said that, there's one that if
$10,000.
Things work out and it comes back a 9.8, but you need it to be a 9.8. If it comes back a 9.6, it's an $8,000 book. It's a big difference. So like, you know, you're tying up everything on a what if. That's why I was trying to talk to him like, you should have this graded first before you try to sell it. But he got 10,000 for it. I'm happy for him. I reached out to him again and I was like, "Did you still got the collection?" He's like, "I sold it." I was like, "Okay, great. Good for you."
Yeah.
You know, he's like, "I have no connection to these books. He basically wanted parts for his truck." So, he got it.
Yeah, I think you know, I haven't made big mistakes, you know, but like I bought a little collection for $300, which I certainly can get way more than $300 out of it, but it's got so many like 50-cent books. So it's like, I don't know, I kind of regret that, but you know, like but I can sell 3 books and get the $300 back too. I just won't, you know, that's not my goal. If my goal is to be in business, I need to make multiples of that, especially for the amount of time that it takes to put it in. So
I've also seen enough comments where, like, let's say you were to get a collection and the guy's like, "I want 500," and let's say it's worth like 5,000.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel bad about that. I'll say, "Here's your 500." He's happy. It doesn't matter what's in there. He doesn't care. Why go through the details? Like, you know, there's times
I think I agree with that. I think I think if it's like that collection that Bob's friend bought, $20, and could be worth, you know, 20 or 50, 60, 70,000, that's sure. I might have a real struggle with my conscience, or something like that. And I sure as crap would probably, and I don't mean this as like, oh, he's a good guy or he's trying to be a good guy. I would really consider going back and giving that person several $1,000s if I was able to.
But you know what you're doing though. You're opening yourself up for issues. If they're like, if they felt cheated in any way, because you're like, "I bought it for 20. Here's another 2," and they're like, "What did you really have? Like, what did you buy from me?" Yeah. Like,
but I mean, it's the same. Like, yeah, I guess that's true. You don't know what the person's going to be like. Like I said earlier,
you got to draw the line.
My theory is I need to educate myself, and if I don't educate myself, then that's on me. You know,
I've seen some pretty rough comments on people that have gotten really good deals, and they get roasted as like, you cheated them. You're like, no, I don't feel like that. They don't feel cheated. They said, "I want 1,000. I gave them 1,000. Everybody's happy."
I think there's also a difference though. So I've seen some of the creators on here get roasted, right? And like, I think the distinction is that they're putting like the title of their thumbnail is, "I got a $6,000 book for $1," right? Like, you don't have to also like rub it in that, like,
that you're right.
You're highlighting the deal that you got. Like, you could be also really happy that you found this incredible deal, or that, you know, that lucky turn happened for you. I mean, you know, there are people who buy a lottery ticket for $2 and win $1 billion. So,
exactly.
So that's a pretty big come up, you know, like too. So I mean, my Doom, right? The Doom that I mean, you know, several $100s of the value is because of you cleaning it. But that book, I bought that book for $22. You know, like where is it? I don't even know where it is. But it's like a $550 book. I got it for $22 at the flea market.
Yeah, Funhouse is right. He just said there's nothing wrong with getting lucky. Just don't brag about it and be humble. It's absolutely.
I completely agree.
Yeah, those guys that are right, like you said, I got a $6,000 book for $1.
Right. There's one creator who I do like the content, but like that's essentially very close to what the thumbnail was, and then they got roasted on it, and then made a follow-up video about how I forget it was like
just dignifying it.
Yeah, and it was like, dude, you just dug us in a bigger hole.
He's just going all in
by making the second video, and I was like, you don't need to make the second video. No. You could have actually, if it's actually affecting your heart about that, or you think you're going to lose audience, you could make a video and briefly say it was kind of poor tact for me to brag about the deal, you know?
Yep.
Because like, you know, that's, I mean, even when I played sports, you know, if we really demolished a football team, like, you still walk through the line and you shake their hands and you say good game. Sure. Like, that's the freaking difference. Like, they know you beat them badly. You know you beat them badly. You don't have to beat them badly and then tell them you beat them badly. They know, you know, like, so I think there's a lot to be said for how people handle themselves too. So, I mean, that fellow in Bob's example was like, what, that night he posted on Facebook, like, you know,
right.
That they're worth like whatever his quote was, like $300,000.
Yeah, he's crazy. $500,000 for that is absolutely ridiculous.
I was like, you'd have to have literally all three of those copies would have to be one of the most pristine copies of those three books.
It was a good deal. Funhouse, if you don't know, like Jason's friend here sent us a picture of it was basically a cardboard box. It wasn't a milk crate. It was a cardboard box.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, it was a cardboard box.
It was a cardboard box, but what were the two of the four titles of the four stacks? One was
the Funhouse
Surfer One.
It was a box where literally four comics could fit, like, kind of perfectly.
One was Surfer One.
The top layer was Surfer One here, completely clean spine,
clean.
No tears. Fantastic Four Annual 6 first Nihilist.
A Nihilist,
here.
Right? Yeah.
No spine tears.
Yeah.
And then two other minor keys here.
They were. I mean, obviously in context with the time. You know,
same time period.
60s books, yeah.
But then,
what did he pay for it? $20.
There was a couple images of the whole collection spread out. There was an ASM 2 in there.
Yeah.
There was a Iron Man 1 in there.
Yeah.
There was, I mean, just a ton of legit thousand or multi-thousand $20.
$20.
The Funhouse, for example, there's my Doom that Dolph cleaned for me. I got this for $22 at the flea market last summer.
Yeah.
So,
it was worth $22 until I got my hands on it.
I think it was probably worth about $52 before you got your hands on it.
Yeah.
But funny though, I did actually ask the guy if he'd do 20 because I thought 22 was such a weird price on this. But then I was like, oh, that was kind of a douche move because it's certainly worth many more than.
Yeah, those are tough too. When somebody, like, I will not negotiate. If somebody says $500 and I'm doing well, I will never ever say, would you take anything less? Like, I'd be like, 500 is fair. Here's your money.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah. So I mean, I paid a little more. I paid a little more for a Spawn collection that I bought. I knew that the fella needed money. Probably wouldn't have been selling them otherwise. So, you know, but it's taken me a while to move those books. You know, it's going to take 5-6 months to
That's
move
the thing
books.
around here too. It's so competitive that you have to lean on the fairer side. You're not getting those huge discounts. You're not getting those steals. They're just not out there. Everybody knows. Like I have 10 people that know that if there's comics to come talk to me. Chris does. You do. Like, you have people in your community, like, I know a guy who, like, I'm the guy who, I buy comics.
It's just interesting because, like, here, though, there's just so many fewer actual comics, like...
It's amazing how it doesn't get out there.
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah, that's a great example. I hear a lot of people are doing very well on Whatnot, getting books for steals. That's great.
So you're talking about buying.
Yeah,
correct?
Buying. Like, I hear Whatnot is good.
I mean, Chris got some great books.
Chris got some great, but he got some really nice Star Wars stuff on
and
Whatnot.
Chris, didn't he buy his Ant-Man?
He did. He bought his Marvel premiere.
From 47, and recently, recently got it. So yeah. Anywho, I mean, that's kind of like, I don't know these two small collections that that I'm picking up. I think my office mate was actually going to just give me the books, and it's like, I would certainly give you something for them if they're in good shape and there's some value there. I certainly want to give you something for them. So there's certainly that too. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited about them. I'm excited about the collections. There is something. The reason that I think I still love this so much is because, like, when I see something like this and I don't know what there could be, I don't even see any keys in, like, the 4 or 5 little pictures that are included. It almost makes me want to look at them more,
right?
Because I'm excited about what the possibilities are. And you also know when they do a spread of, like, 80s books, and they're pretty good titles, but there's no keys, you're like, well, these are at random that they pick these pictures. So this is not an assessment of what's potentially in there. It's just a smattering that they put out.
Nice. Dell Giant number 48 for $10. Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Really
nice. Yep.
Well,
I got some boxing to do before I go to sleep.
And boxes to go before you sleep.
Yeah, and then I got to start relisting stuff again tomorrow.
Yeah, I've got to. I might have to pick your brain about. Have you done a multi-listing on eBay, where it's like, where you have like. So I'm thinking about some of these Silver Age.
Oh, just like as a lot.
Not as a lot, because, like, I think if I try and do them in 3 or 4 book lots and somebody only wants the 1 book, like, those multi.
I was gonna say, because you could probably photo 6 the best. I would do a 6-book lot unless they're like a run, and then I would do the run.
Well, yeah. How do you do that though? Like, if I have like 27 Action Comics books, right? Can I do Action Comics and then where they pick 1 book? I've seen that with cards.
Oh, well, so what I would do, if there's 1 book to highlight, I would put the stack up and then rest the book behind it. Like, I would say, here's the stack in the picture and put this one in front of it. Yeah. So you know that this is the best book, but here's the rest. Yeah, and then I would take pictures after and lay everything out in like 6-book photos or 4-book photos.
Right. I mean, that's what I do right now.
But yeah, I would show everything in your main photo. Here's everything. And then, because that's how, a lot of people sneak those in there. They only show one comic, and there's 50 comics in the lot, and they're like, why did it sell for so cheap? Because they only thought they were buying the one.
Right.
So yeah, I would list everything all at once and then start singling stuff out later.
But, like, have you seen those multi-listings before? Like,
thanks, Funhouse.
Thanks so much. I looked, like, for the Impel cards when they were real hot. You could look them up, and there was a drop-down menu, and you could buy.
Oh yeah, card. So I've even done one of those before. So, like, when I was buying 87 Tiffany's, There I found a few of those guys, or even like the Desert Storm cards, like from 80 was that 88, or no 91. So like you would have the drop down, and then you'd see like each one had its own photo. I mean, that's one way of listing them.
I was wondering if I can't move some of the, because I have so many still of like.
So but if you did Action Comics, like say like Action Comics for sale or something like that, and then did the drop down and did like, here's the image, here's the price, here's the. That's a lot of work, but you know it could be good for you. Like, you don't have a store, right?
No, not right now. Anyway.
It might also be not a bad idea for you to invest in getting your monthly store going, like I do. I pay $50 a month, but I think I can list up to 50,000 items.
And what does it reduce your seller percentage?
Well, the better you are at it, yes, your fees go down.
Okay, so it's based on volume of sales.
No, it's based on how good you are as an eBayer. You have to like ship things out immediately. You have to get positive feedback. So you have to consistently keep almost a 5-star feedback, and have your books shipped within 3 days, or your items shipped within 3 days to maintain.
Yeah, I mean, I always.
So yeah, when you maintain that status, which you're a preferred seller, then I get a discount on things. Like, if shipping is cheaper, like I can sell flat rate boxes is 16 and change to ship. I only pay $14, so I charge 16, but I save $2 in shipping every time I use a flat rate box.
Yeah, I ship right now everything through Pirate Ship, so
Pirate Ship is great too.
Yeah,
but eBay.
So I'm actually charging like a fair price for shipping. Like,
sure.
Like I just sold a 5-book spawn lot and a 6-book spawn lot to the same buyer.
Yeah.
They asked me to combine shipping. I combined shipping.
Sure.
Made it just $10. I sent it today in a box, priority. It'll be to them tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And it was $7.96.
Oh, I had a guy. He bought so many boxes off of me, in this big box right here. His shipping the shipping for all the items was like $98. I made it $14.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah. Everybody appreciates that, especially if you do it on your own and you combine and like refund them the difference. They're like, oh wow, that's awesome.
I really think that might be my approach for this winter, because I really want to start moving books on eBay. I don't have many opportunities. The only indoor markets around here are not driving traffic for comics, for sure.
Yeah.
And there's no shows.
Oh, thanks, Paul. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. There's no shows even in the near future. I mean, my next show, thank God, there's finally a show in State College in February, which I'll sell in. But it's a lot of cold months between now and February.
I still have I don't want to sell my good comics problem.
No, I get that.
It's like I that's why I like the flea market so much, because I'd rather, or even in my driveway, I'd rather put like 15 long boxes of stuff that I just want to like sell to get better books. Like, it's hard to sell stuff that nobody wants.
You know, the Silver Age collection I got, average grade is like 4.5 to 7.5, maybe even 4.5 to 8.5.
Yeah.
So they're good books, but I just am not seeing enough buyers for Silver Age books here that I have an ability to move them, and so
I
that's
bought
why I'm thinking, like, because I have them priced pretty fairly to move, you know.
Yeah. So you have to. This might be something that when you reach your investment, and then it's all green after that. Like once you've paid off the loan for the books and you're in a good place. I had bought a collection of a lot of 60s Brave and the Bold, detective books, Action Comics.
Yeah. I
literally listed each one, started them at a penny, and just let them go. And they did all right. I was selling them between, I would say like almost $10, like between $8 and like $30. Yeah. Sometimes they did really well. But I graded them accurately. I took really good pictures. But start them as low as you're comfortable with and let them take off. Just let them go. Because, like I tell everybody, when you have a book that has 30 bids because you started at a penny.
Right.
That looks really exciting for somebody who's looking for something like, whoa, what's going on here? Like when you're building that like excitement behind something.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I can do that too. Like, just do lots of listings because.
Yeah, I mean, that all depends. Like I said, what's your comfort level? Like, I want to get rid of it now. Like, I'm ready to move on, and I just need some liquid.
You know, I want to move it because I want to move this and pay my mom the loan back too.
Yeah.
Like, only paid her back $1,000 of the loan. I certainly have many. I mean, the 2FF books are almost the remainder of that loan, but I don't want to move those 2 books.
Yeah, that's the goal. You want to be able to sell the collection and keep the 2 or 3 books you really want to keep.
Yep, I don't
and
really
don't forget,
want to
I got all this DC stuff for you that you should have me clean, press, and submit and sell.
Yeah, that and that's the goal for all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like.
But even like you have First Animal Man. Let's say it's graded as 6.5. Started at $1. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. Yeah. It's gonna do well.
Yeah, I thought about the only books from that group that I have any even inkling of holding for a bit is First Dark Side.
Not the Ocean Master and Manta.
No, I don't think
Black
so.
Manta?
I think I guess. You know, maybe a little bit for when they're.
Well, that one I would definitely, with Aquaman coming end of next year, I would definitely get that stuff graded so you could list it right before opening day.
Yeah, and that's the goal, to move all of these run books, like run filler books. See if I can't. I mean, I think I can stretch these run fillers, these 500 books out, and probably get about $3,000. You know, because they're like $5 to $25 books, most of them.
Well,
there's a couple.
Also, how much of your collection did you sell to put into another collection too? Because you've sold a lot more than $1,000.
Oh no, yeah, you
just rotated it back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So like, I mean, you probably could have paid your mom half of it already had you just done that.
No doubt, I could.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
Sold 2 books and could have paid her back significant amounts of money, but.
Yeah,
I mean,
opportunities have come, and you're like, well, wait.
Yeah, I sold the Tech 359. Sure. I sold the Juggernaut book, you know, and then unfortunately, life stuff has come up too, where I've needed the money, you know,
sure, of course.
That's what happens when you're divorced with 2 kids. Like sometimes, and one of them becomes a teenager.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh, okay, well that's $500. I guess I don't have it anymore. So
tap lessons. Oh, okay.
You need braces?
We just did that. Jeez.
4 G's. Yeah, I have my last braces payment next month, so it'll basically be like I got $164 raise in December.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anywho, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, just try and not make costly mistakes, really keep it relatively conservative, but I really want to make a big push this winter to move books so that I can buy other collections that I think I can level up, because I'm not concerned that I wouldn't have enough inventory for February if I move books and invest in 2 or 3 other collections. I'm not concerned at all that I wouldn't have inventory.
Well, you want to get rid of that Star Trek too, and that's almost $1,000, right? Not like $800.
It's 15. It's 1,500. Yeah, so
1,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, go sell that thing.
Yeah. So the last sale for that book was 2,400,
and your grade?
Yeah, my grade. It was an outlier though, because the previous sale and it went with like 35 bids, but the previous sale was 16.
Wow.
So, you know, it's probably in that $1,500 range. But yeah, that's a book that obviously I sell that one book, I get a fifth of the loan back.
Yeah, that's what, I would take that book alone and just say, sell it, give it right to mom.
Yeah, I get a fifth of the loan back, and then with the books that you have in your basement, I think I can get actually a third of the loan back if I look
Dude, you have some nice books there in that. I know they're DC, but Animal Man, Beast Boy, First Teen Titans, Black Manta, Ocean Master.
Yeah.
What else is in there? You don't have a mirror.
that really nice high grade New Gods 1 is in
That
there.
New Gods is really
Jimmy
nice.
Olsen
Yeah.
134 is probably like an 8 or
I sold
somewhere
that.
between.
I'm
Huh?
Said I sold
Somewhere
that.
between a 7.5 and 8.5, I think that is. Now he's a dude though. Like if James Gunn did Dark Side right, that book could be monstrous.
But can you touch him now that what's his name did? Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
I don't know if you can. You gotta. It's like Apocalypse. They can't touch him for a while because it's like
oh
he's
my
already
God.
soiled.
How bad was Apocalypse?
Apocalypse
though?
was horrible.
He looked like a freaking. He looked like a purple blue man.
It was horrible.
But
it was
like,
so bad.
Yeah. Thanos had maybe too much of a butt chin, but at least he looked a lot like Thanos. You know.
I liked his butt chin. That was very Thanos of him. I thought, yeah, Thanos was great.
Hey,
Kang looks awesome.
Yeah, did you watch the Guardians? I know you're not a trailer guy, but did you watch the Guardians trailer?
Oh, hell yeah, the Guardians trailer was awesome, man. Kevin Bacon?
Kidnapping Kevin Bacon.
That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, that is so good.
Yeah. And Cosmo's in it. I already have a bunch of those. Was it Nova number 8 people? Go get Nova number 8. First appearance of Cosmo. First appearance of Nowhere, too.
Nova, like 70s Nova series?
No. It's Nova Volume 3 or Nova Volume 4.
Sam Alexander?
You can't miss it. Nova's like this, standing tall and looking to the side. It's a modern book.
Okay.
But first Cosmo, first Nowhere. It's a good investment. You probably get them for like $30, I think now.
Yeah.
When you could have got them for like $5 a year ago.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm just trying to sell books to get.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm trying to do it too. I have 8 long boxes on Craigslist, and I have a guy coming Saturday. He's gonna look at them. I think I'll take whatever. You know, it's like $2,500. He'd be like, "Listen, I'll give you $800." He'd be like, "Take it, just take it. It's fine." I'd rather have $800 than those boxes just sitting there in the garage.
Sure.
Like I said, I you know what I could do at $800. I can buy a really nice book, but you know, I'll put it in my.
So, what is the strategy for next summer? Are you gonna do the flea market, or were you just kind of, you know, were you just turned off on this summer because of all the rain and crap you dealt with?
It definitely affected me. I wasted a lot of money not going because of chances of rain. I would really like to get into some baseball card shows. I have a lot of sports cards. I would really like to get into some baseball card shows and do that. I would do very well. If Alex is telling me he's doing $3,000 in a weekend,
yeah,
I know I could do that, no problem. The problem is that when you start doing a month-to-month thing, you get you serve a customer base. Like
sure.
Then it's like I'm not trying to get rid of my cards to get a better thing. I'm buying more inventory to keep these people happy, and I kind of don't want to do that. I want to sell out and turn it all into one really nice thing, but do I want to stop looking at collections? I don't know if I do.
Well, that is
fun in it. I'm a treasure
collector
hunter
and the gambler in you, and I get that.
Yeah.
Right? Like
I'm a treasure hunter. You're a treasure hunter. I love finding cool stuff. I love digging through garbage. Like I love it. I absolutely love it.
One of my best friends, who I always go thrifting with, he was buying and selling a lot of vintage clothes, and we started looking for that stuff a couple of years ago when we just for fun, and he got a little disenfranchised with it, and so he recently sold all his inventory, and he texts me, he's like, "Yo, I'm retired," and then he's retired from that hustle, right? But then he's like, we were out. It was my birthday 2 weeks ago, and we went out for lunch, and he's like, "Man, I gotta tell you, I got the itch for us to go thrift."
Yeah, that doesn't die. You can't turn that off.
He'll just look for something else.
You can't turn it off.
He'll just look for wrestling figures or something that you really like.
Yeah, I would say that if anything, you just diversify what your interests are. Right now I'm comics, sports cards, maybe toys, maybe video games. Those are the things I always ask for, but I don't know video games like some of the 5 kids that are out in front of my table every Saturday morning with flashlights. Those guys know video games. I wouldn't know I'd be like, oh, that game was fun, but I wouldn't know anything about like how little there were, or this one's a special one. I wouldn't know that. So
yeah, it's like dudes who like, well, it's like dudes with any real dudes or dudettes with any real niche knowledge. Like, you know, like I probably sold Matchbox before for 50 cents that were worth $25. You know, but like. More power to you if you can turn over and look.
You have a surface knowledge of what to look for. You're looking for red lines. You're looking for, you know what I mean? Like, you just know because, you know, like me, I've been doing it for so long. I've had enough people around me where I know kind of like old glass, and I know like Pyrex, and I know like, you know, Indian artifacts, and I know Matchbox cards, and I know a little bit about postcards and stamps, but that's kind of like surface level. I know this kind of looks cool, but it's still a gamble.
Sure, but you know enough to. I don't like the phrase "you know enough to be dangerous." You know enough to at least do more research. Like,
well, right, but I find myself now like I'm definitely staying in my lane more. I know comics. I know sports cards.
Yep.
I know them well. I can do well. I think I just stay in my lane. It's just easier. Like when some people come up to me, they're like, "Do you buy toys? Do you buy this?" I'm like, I bought a collection last year. I was like, "Why am I buying this? I'm buying this because these two old people don't know what to do with it." And I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I give them $20. I sell the whole thing in an hour for $25. I'm like, just get rid of it.
Yeah. My same friend, his brother-in-law and sister have gotten kind of like
What's
junk
up,
drunk.
Rafaust?
What up, Rafaust? I saw what up to Rafaust on
Instagram,
Gary Gary and
oh, nice.
Defects sale on Saturday night. Anyways, his brother-in-law and sister, they've gone full junk drunk, and they're following these trends and trying to. And they've crushed it on a couple items, but now they got like a basement full of some stuff. And it's like, I do not want to have a basement full of like, you know, vintage blenders or whatever.
I don't want to go full picker. Yeah, when you go full picker, that's trouble. Like I can't. I've seen some of those guys like, you got to be churning and burning. Like you got to be buying that stuff, and it's got to be out the door the next week. Like that stuff you cannot sit on. Like you have to be moving it.
Yep.
And if you can't move it, you have to have somebody ready to buy it in bulk, and you have to otherwise you're right. You're going to have a basement full of crap.
Yeah. I generally don't buy anything that's not comic related now that I don't want for myself personally. Yeah. You know, like that one I showed you those big buttons that I found, like the you know, the cool old Simpsons buttons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, they're cool. I'll just buy them and then give one to a friend that loves the Simpsons or something like that. You know, I'm not buying those to resell them. You know, I'm buying those because I want them.
Even if you do resell them, you're not doing it to make any money.
To make any money,
you're like,
right?
Whatever. Even like that's the same thing. Like I've bought stuff in the past where a little kid comes up to my table and he's showing an interest in it, and I'm like, just take it. I want, I mean, you know, you want the thing. Like I don't need $1 for it. Just have it. Father's already like, you sure? I'm like, yes, please take the toy. I want, you know, he'll have fun with it. I don't need $1.
Yeah, these little kids at the.
Yeah, I give away so much stuff to little kids towards the end. Like they're going through like my little treasure chest of Pokemon. I'm like, yeah, take it, go for it. It's like, you please have it.
No, I did not see the video.
No, I missed it. I got to check that out. I'll make sure I check it out after we sign off. Very nice. Witching Hour 1, signed by Neil Adams. On the cover or inside? Those are great books, too. I love those. Those 70 horrors, they're so nice.
That is the title, right? It's not it's not like House of Secrets, Witching Hour. It is
it might be. That's not even Chamber of Chills.
No, I think
it's just Witching Hour on the cover. Nice.
That's cool. Yeah.
Is it vintage signature or no, like bulb, like pen or? I'll check it out. I gotta watch the video.
But yeah, I got that Jessica Rabbit button that said I'm not bad, I'm just drawn that way.
Yeah.
Jimmy, and it's from like '89 or whatever. And
that's
Jimmy,
where you put it on your suspenders. You walk New York Comic Con, you go like this, and you're like, check out my Jessica Rabbit button.
Jessica Rabbit has always loved Jessica Rabbit, and is an artist. So like, why would I not get that button for him? You know, I'm not I'm just drawn that way, kind of thing. You know. So yeah, that's the kind of stuff I pick up now. If it's outside of my lane, it's like, yes, I'm willing to buy this for $1. I bought a iced coffee for $3.50 on the way to here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, true, exactly.
And I'm gonna piss that out in 15 minutes. So why wouldn't I want to save this thing that's 30 years old and still looks rad for $1? You know. So. Well, bro, it's I think I
sorry for a Faust. You did miss the
like
top 10.
7 hours. Yeah. Yeah. I think it was an elongated top 10 though with Faust, if that helps. I had 3 this week. Dolph had 7. He had a good week. We still don't like that Man Thing number 1.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
That's something
I think it's all good though. I mean, whatever. I love Man Thing, so
I can really see Ghost Rider number 1 making a return next week just to piss you off.
It could. It definitely could.
Make a, Nick Cage will text something or tweet something in the.
Oh, nice. 6. Perfect.
Do
you have the What If scar? I don't. That's the one I didn't have. Oh, I have a big mouth of ice.
You didn't have that? You didn't have Cap 100, and what was the third book you didn't have? Man Thing 1? Is it Man Thing 1?
Oh, too much ice.
Too much ice.
I have to look.
You have ASM 316. You have New Mutants 98. You have many Secret Wars.
I'm missing Cap 100.
Yeah.
Oh, the Fear Adventure into number 10.
Adventure into Fear. Okay.
And then What If?
What If?
Yep. All right. Everybody, Funhouse, if you're still there, Paul, Rafaust.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Same time next week.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be back to at least I mean, we're 2 men down right now. We've been on the internet's been on the power play for quite some time.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get back to even strength soon.
Yeah, so. Chris is a UPS driver. He's been pretty busy, and Jimmy fell
I don't
asleep.
see that stopping, unfortunately, through the holidays.
Yeah, we'll get some guest stars.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe we'll get Rafaust to get a camera, and he can join us on video.
All right, everybody.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Yeah, peace.
Peace.